Hey, how's it going? This is Jeff. We're doing the second episode of the Dresden Files RPG. We're down a few adventurers tonight, but it should still be a lot of fun. We're just going to pick up where we left off and pretend like two people just suddenly vanished. Which is possible.
They have to go to work.
Yeah. I mean, the headers are like, all right, you guys are fighting animals.
Rent's not cheap there.
Yeah, it's true. They had to go off to pay rent. But what we're going to do is I was going to have everybody kind of introduce themselves and their characters, and then we'll do a quick recap on where we left off, and then get going.
Alright, so I'm Adam, playing the character Rodney Vitrioli, the gunslinger alcoholic.
My name's Chase. I am playing Zeke, who goes by the hacker alias of Ragewind, who is a hacker werebear.
My name is Danielle. I'm playing Elena Hopkins, and she is a cat lady galaciomancer. So she's a focus practitioner who uses ice as her medium, and she has a familiar who's a cat who does stealthy stuff for her.
Magical cats
she's
are
cooler than
important. Make sure it's working. Cool. Okay, so pretty much where we left off last time is the homeless in San Francisco are kind of this force of wizards in the world, and one of their kind of like leaders came up and kind of struck a bargain with these guys and was like, hey, something big's going down right now. All of the the homeless and their crew have like left the streets and like kind of retired into this like kind of shelter. So they're all just kind of like holed up in this this warehouse kind of out by the water. So they're just trying to kind of stay alive, or they're like more people are disappearing. There's all these disappearances, and they're trying to just like band together with whatever practitioners or people of magical talent they have to survive. So these guys, there are kind of like three sites that are kind of like hot spots for like kind of this activity. One of the big ones is this building where people are just going in and disappearing in the mission. So our team went over there to go check it out with the guidance of one of the homeless guys named Wade. So then he kind of like showed them the place. Zeke turned into a bear and busted through the door without doing too much more investigation, and then they kind of stumbled upon these like kind of zombie-like people, where a few of them were actually kind of a little bit aggressive, smidge aggressive. So they took some damage. They survived the attack from the two zombies. There's still a bunch of these like little drone people standing around in this room, and then upstairs, right where we left off, we hear like kind of this commotion. And there's a voice that says, "Continue the ritual, I'll go see what's going on." And that's where we are. So you guys are kind of standing in this room. There's all these like drooping kind of zombie like people there, or they all have a glassy eye. They're not really moving too much, and you kind of hear those feet going down the stairs from the third floor.
I think we should duck into the shadows, and maybe I should send my cat out, and maybe they'll just think it was my cat.
But there's a bunch of dead people.
Well, I'm assuming they know that.
Well, probably better than anything else. Just standing up.
Better than just standing there?
Well, yeah. We all know we're going to have to roll to see if that's successful.
What, hiding? Hiding or sending my cat out?
So are you sending your cat, or are you guys hiding?
Well, I was going to like duck into the shadows and then have my cat.
Oh, okay. So that would be...
run up there.
Oh, where's my cheat sheet? There we go. I was like, oh no.
Hopefully, maybe the cat first, so they'll like hopefully see the cat and be like, oh, must have just been this cat.
Oh, okay. So that's maybe you're trying to do deception with your cat?
Maybe, yeah.
So you're going to send it up the stairs to confront some like horrible monster. Is that kind of your plan?
Well, my thinking is
it's not like much of a cat.
It's just a cat, and they're not gonna focus their energies on destroying a cat. They're just gonna be annoyed and be like, "Oh, stupid cat, how to get in here?"
Maybe. So let's go ahead and roll deceit.
And are the rest of us trying to hide while she's doing this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or well, he's still on the stairs, so
okay.
You guys can start hiding, but the cat's gonna be, I think, the first line of defense, so he's gonna be like chomping down, and a cat will come up and be like, oh, it's just a
I'm
cat.
going to try to position myself over on the side of the stairs so that if he makes it all the way down, and like to where the cat
You
is
can like
facing them, I
jump in.
bounce.
Okay, cool. All right, roll to see.
Thanks.
Ooh.
+2.
What about your character stats?
That's with +2.
Oh, so it's total
I got
+2?
neutral and I'm
So I got
+2.
a perfect 4, and I already have +2. So,
He knows we're there.
so,
Uh-oh.
so yeah, so you get a little bit more consequence because I rolled really well. Sorry, guys. So your cat walks up, and kind of looking through its eyes, and he, it's kind of like this rougher voice, and he's like, and so you're, sending your cat up. It's kind of going and looking, and he's like, oh, there's something different about this, and he picks the cat up by the scruff, and you hear, wow, and then he can sense, and you feel like your connection with your cat is like getting like washed. So you feel that he's sensing that connection, and then he like walks down the stairs and starts looking for you. And you see him like holding your cat like this, and he's like, whose freaking scion is this?
Do I have to respond?
Can you talk to your cat with telepathically, or
Mm-hmm. I would tell my cat to start scratching.
Balls.
He's tough.
What's up, Alex? We're actually doing a Dresden Files RPG. So a different version of storytelling, live storytelling. Much more improv oriented. So pretty much the premise is our magical heroes are trying to stop, this like kind of this battle in San Francisco between the wizard homeless and the evil vampires, I guess.
The evil tech vampire.
Evil tech vampires. Awesome. Okay, so
Should I try and shoot him in the head?
Yes. I'll try and, well, maybe, do you maybe want to try and shoot him before I try the scratching? Because maybe even if you miss, it'll distract him, and then maybe the cat can, so maybe...
Is resorting to violence early the best move here? I don't know.
I don't know.
2 people just vanished. They had to go pay their rent.
Alright, fine. Well, I do have disability quick draw, so I get a +2 to my damage when I'm initiating a conflict.
Oh.
Alright.
You count, so...
Okay.
Okay. That sounds promising.
And then you guys are all physical damage people except you. You're more mental damage people. But evil tech vampires, techies.
So I'm a
okay.
+7
Sounds promising.
for my +4 guns and my +3 roll.
We just have to keep in mind there's probably
Alright.
a lot of them up there.
So I'm gonna roll athletics. Oof. So I got a +5. So you only do 2 shifts of damage. So this guy's gonna take those.
Wait, so hold on. My roll was a +3.
Okay.
I have a guns of 4.
Okay, so that's
And
6.
you had the quick draw,
What?
right?
Yeah, so that's 6.
That's 7.
Oh, sorry, 7. I'm
But that just determines whether I hit or not, right?
Yeah, and then your
My
weapons.
guns is 2.
Oh, okay, so then
Right?
plus
But
2.
Then I have my +2 ability.
2
on damage.
plus 2 plus 2. So you're
Four.
plus 6. Okay.
Huh?
So you had
No,
2
Well,
shifts.
you roll 3, and then your
Yeah.
guns determines what's hit.
Right.
What you hit, right?
Right.
So your guns is +2.
We're using the
I
fate
got
system, so we're
+4.
still
Oh, you got
figuring
+4.
out the fate
Hit
RPG
is
system a little bit.
+4, and then if you hit, then you do an extra 2 damage for your weapons.
Yeah. So weapons adds on hit.
To the guns ability?
Yeah. So whatever that shift is, like, let's say you have no
Plus
weapons, you would
9.
still be doing 2 damage because that's the shift
Oh,
differential.
I thought they were separate.
It's only it's only just like whether you dodge. So if it's unsuccessful and they dodge, then you
The
Get away
weapons
with
don't do anything.
yeah.
But it's if like for that you roll 3 and then you have a +3 gun, so to hit is 6. +4 guns, so the hit is 7. So you hit, and then since you hit, you get the extra 2 from the weapon. So the damage dealt would be 9 shifts worth. But to hit was
So
7.
plus 9.
We're figuring it out.
Plus
It's
9?
the joy of the RPG.
So it's plus 9 then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So we got plus 2.
7 to
Four
hit
shifts
and then
of
9
damage.
for damage.
For my
Okay.
ability? Is that what you're talking about? Or for my guns in general?
Well, your
Because I
guns.
also have this +2
your guns
ability
is
when
what-
I'm initiating a
Oh,
conflict.
that's true. So you
So
may
your
be
guns
right.
is whatever your. Let me see.
So this, because I have these, but I don't know if that does anything. I think that's more just that I'm
That's
able
just-
to use guns.
You have plus 2 on guns. So yeah, you're able to use guns, and then whatever this is, it's plus 2 because those do 2
Because of
damage.
these?
Because this does 2 damage each, right? So So you're plus 4, you rolled 2, that's 6, and he rolled a 7.
Plus 3.
Or a 5, sorry.
I'm so confused.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So your 4 guns, 3 which is 7, and then plus 2 which is 9 altogether. And so it's 9 minus 6.
Does that
Or
count
Or
my
5, 9
ability?
minus 5.
So
Does that count my
four
quick
should
draw
be
ability that I'm
And
using
then you got
also?
two
And
more
then
for
plus
quick
2,
draw.
so
11.
11 minus 5, 6 damage. Okay.
Okay.
That's
Whew.
more like it.
We're rusty. We haven't played in a few weeks, so we're figuring this out. We appreciate your continued patience. All right, so you do 6, so then that's going to be a consequence. So he has 2 armor to mitigate.
I swear last time we said that the weapons were different. The guns were always just hit or not hit.
Because that's on mine is too. Right? I have weapons 4 for my claws, and then so I have to roll my fists to hit, and then if I hit, then you get the 4 damage from the weapon.
Okay.
So he's going to take, okay, so I want that to go 6 minus 2. Okay, so he's going to take some damage. So you see, like, your gunfire, it hits his armor, there's like a big spark.
Does he drop the cat?
What's that?
Does he drop the cat?
It wasn't that successful of an attack. So you see him kind of like shoulder back, kind of a little trickle of really pale blood starts like dripping out of that hole in his armor. And then, he still holds the cat, and then now he takes out this like long, like knife, and then he puts it up to the cat's neck, and he's like, whoever like did that, this thing is about to die. Tell me what's going on.
Guys, if my cat dies, you're like, dying. I'm gonna kill you with my knife.
And I'm a bear, so I can't talk to him right now. So
You're still in bear form?
I'm still a bear. Yeah.
Okay.
So we should all do initiative now,
Okay.
or alertness. So this is the order of combat.
I could try and talk to him.
Oh, it's just.
Oh, so it's
you're
just whatever your
right.
number
Okay,
is.
plus 4.
Should I try and talk to him?
Talk to him?
Oh, you just
What
shot
did
him.
you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
okay.
My bad.
I know, I thought you were.
So your minion's just attacking. I thought you just shot me on. No? Okay, that's fine. Just get to it.
Okay, so plus 2 is the guy.
He wants to talk.
So what's your guys' alertness?
Alertness.
Or, yeah.
Plus 4.
Oh, 3.
0.
Times
No.
3.
1.
Chase 1. Okay. This is Zeke. This is Rodney. And this is Anna. Okay.
Somebody goes first, yeah?
Okay, so now Adam gets to go again. So
Mine
Adam-
plus 4 again?
You got a
oh, because
surprise
he
round.
he got a surprise round. So now you start the round.
Right.
She's 4 though.
Not plus 4.
Oh, you're plus 4.
Yeah.
Sorry, I lied. Okay. Okay, so he's holding your cat hostage, your magical cat hostage, and he rounds on you. Or wait, you're still hiding, right? Okay.
I'm in the shadows.
Okay, so you're in the shadows. So he's holding your cat hostage. What do you do?
I think I'm gonna get a spell ready.
Okay. So are you gonna do the ice?
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you want your spell to do?
Thinking. Ice along the stairs, so if he tries to move, he falls. But he might accidentally kill the cat, so that might. I might just send like a really sharp dagger into his head.
Okay. So ice spike. So how much? So remember, this is like you have to put your conviction in,
Mm-hmm.
and then you roll it against your discipline. So conviction is how much power you're gonna put into it.
And discipline has to be conviction, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or else it starts shooting that power in random places.
Okay.
So how much conviction do you want to put?
Oh, I get to choose?
Yeah, you can do your current, or you can do more. But if you do more, it starts giving you shifts of damage, mental damage.
Okay.
So no matter what, if you just do your existing, it gives you 1 shift of damage. But if you start like amping it up, it's like damage for damage. Like so you can like blow it out of the park, but then you'll be taking like a medium consequence.
Yeah. I'll just stick with regular this time.
Okay, cool.
So plus 3.
And then roll your discipline. So this is how you actually fire it.
Okay. Plus 3.
Okay, so you I'm gonna roll athletics dodge. Man, I'm on fire tonight. Plus 4. So the spike of ice like flashes towards him. And yours was plus 4, right?
Plus 3.
Plus 3, okay. The spike of ice flashes towards him. And he like dodges out of the way. So hey, what's up, man? So we're doing a Dresden Files RPG. So this is just kind of a live stream of that RPG. So she just some guy's holding her magical cat hostage, and she's trying to get it loose. So you hold up. So he's holding the cat. You shoot the spike of ice at him, but then he like sees it coming well in advance, and he smiles and just like lifts the cat in the way.
No.
But
Okay.
it's a close miss, but your cat is clever enough, and your mental connection warns it.
Good.
And it's going to roll athletics right now to see if it can dodge. So it, +5. Okay, so the cat is like, and like kicks his feet up, and then like a bolt of ice goes right beneath it. The bolt of ice goes like right beneath the cat. It like does like one of these like jump dives, and the ice just hits the wall and kind of like disintegrates.
Okay.
But now he definitely knows you guys are there. So it's he like kind of steps down, and then it's on Adam to see what he's gonna do next to this guy.
Well.
Hey, what's up, Moocher? Just continuing the RPG, actually. Someone's attacking poor Fox's cat. Yeah. So it's on you. Are you gonna? So you see, there's a kind of a punch in his armor right now. So he's not gonna be as resistant.
And he still has that sword, so.
And then he has that sword out. So like now he's pretty unhappy.
I guess just gotta shoot him again.
Try aim for the head this time.
What?
Or for the hand that he's holding the cat with.
No, the cat got away, I thought.
No, he just like did like a dodge. Like he's still being held, but he just did like a gut dodge.
Yeah. That might be risky though.
Yeah, because if I miss badly, I can shoot the cat.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
I mean, he's not like a human cat. He's not
Well, feel free to send in any edits you ever want us to do. More than happy. So you're gonna just go for the shot. Okay. What's your so just now you're just rolling your hit, which is in your hit contributes to damage.
Okay.
So like whatever your guns is, that's gonna be against his athletics. Ooh.
+1 total.
Ooh. Man, we're rolling bad, guys.
This does not bode well for the evening.
No.
It's okay. So and you have so that was about a neutral. That was about a wash. So then you just only get your 2 shifts of damage from your guns, right? Because that's all you have, right? So you hit 0.
Oh, was I supposed to take a mental conviction, by the way? Or a mental stress?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so if I
Run out of
only
that
have 2, I
bar.
have to take a consequence, right? Okay.
Yeah. But you should have a few,
Well,
yeah.
I have 2, I think.
I think you'll be fine. I wouldn't worry about it too much right now, just because you guys are.
Mild consequence, I'm a little dizzy.
Okay, cool. Nice. And then, so you fired and you have 2 gun damage. So, kind of one bullet goes awry and like shoots off. The other one kind of punches another hole in his armor. So you kind of have a little bit more. So you see kind of like another kind of bleeding hole, but he still seems ready to go. And you kind of see his eyes glass over and kind of turn black. And then.
Is that black cord?
The red cord. That's what-
Red court.
Yeah, you just capture it as red cord.
Yeah, because the guy's downstairs.
Yeah, red cord's up.
You're gonna have to just like go rage man on
Oh, I got this.
Okay.
And you better not hurt my cat. I know you don't like
No
him.
guarantees.
You don't like him.
I will take your thoughts into consideration.
That's kind of you, Zeke. Ooh, hello. Okay. So.
I think he goes before I do.
So yeah, it's sorry, I'm done. It's on him. So then he lifts the cat up, and he's kind of using it as like a shield now. So then he like knows that he's outnumbered, and he's like, it's those damn homeless again. They're trying to mess with our ritual. And he rolls attack. Ooh, it doesn't roll very well, sadly.
Was that the attack on the cat?
No, it was gonna be attack on Adam because he sees Adam as like the guy that's like
Do I
primarily.
need to roll athletics?
Yep.
Fortunately, yeah, +4. +1 total.
Oh no, why are you rolling so bad?
Okay. So he actually didn't roll that great. So you take 1 shift of physical damage.
So
Well,
what happens?
I already used my 2 physical. And I already used my mild consequence. Does that mean I need to take a moderate consequence for 1 shift?
A minor consequence? Yeah. No. For 1 shift, you can just take a damage, right?
I've already used my 2 physical.
You can combine your kit.
So you don't have to fill them up?
And his mild
Let's
to
take a
make
look.
it moderate.
Oh shoot! Yeah.
Can he combine his 2 on there and his mild and make a moderate and then have his other one empty again? That's what I did for mine.
For moderate, combine his 2. What do you
Yeah,
mean?
like,
So,
I had only 1 space left on my mental, and then I got another one, so I
see what you're saying.
erased it and made a mild consequence. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
you guys can wipe out just because it was such a long time between sessions.
Oh, no,
You guys can get like a free mild consequence, I think. On
Yeah,
this
so
one.
what I'm going to do is, I'm going to do that. I'm going to give myself a moderate from the one I had before.
Okay. And that should do.
Yeah, so now I have more wiggle room.
Okay. So he's still standing there holding the cat, knife up, and does that make it me?
Give myself a plus 8.
His 2 little shots in his armor.
Okay.
He just swung his sword at Adam and scraped something.
Okay. Does that mean it's my turn to get
He
yours?
thinks that we're homeless and doesn't know.
He thinks that we're homeless, because all of you are homeless.
So he thinks you guys are like some of like the, at least he kind of senses that you guys connected with them. So then Adam takes a consequence. Roddy takes a consequence, and then now it's on Zeke.
Okay, so I was standing next to the stairs. I'm just gonna like step out from the shadow, woo, and just lunge at the arm that's got the knife in it, and try to bite down on it and grapple him.
Okay.
You have a grapple thing, right?
Yeah. So I get to roll +5 to grapple people.
Fair enough. Okay.
I'm just jumping out of the shadows, like you can see like the blood like raging in my eyes. I'm just diving at his arm, mostly for the sport of it, in no way to actually protect this cat.
You just want to grapple because
it's just because I'm a bear.
Yeah.
And this
You don't actually care about the
This
cat.
is feral instinct.
But in bear mode, do you have like a kindred instinct for your animals?
For bears, I do.
Oh, for baby bears.
Ooh.
Ooh.
So total of +8.
Woo. Okay.
But
So
that doesn't count for damage. All that because I'm not rolling athletics to hit or fists to hit. I'm just rolling
The
might
grapple.
to grapple, and then if he's grappled, he takes 2 damage each
Each
round until he gets ungrappled.
Okay, cool. That is absolutely right. So, you jump down, you grab him. He's like struggling back, and like in his struggle, the cat just like goes flying. His arms kind of whip out. So you come out of cover. So you come out of cover and dive for the cat, and it's like squealing and like spinning in the air. And then you get it, but then now he sees you. And he kind of knows that you're like the person, like that he knows that you were the one that was connected to the cat.
What happened to the sword? Because that was the arm that he bit onto.
Oh,
Did
the sword.
go flying?
Did you roll poorly enough for him to drop it, or
Is there any chance I can go run and grab it?
The sword. Let me see. What was my roll? Chase did pretty good. You got a +8, right, Chase?
+8, yeah.
Yeah, I think that counts for losing the sword too.
Yeah.
Yeah, flying kitties. So the cat goes flying. The sword goes flying, kind of buries itself into the wall because he is a pretty strong guy. So he's throwing this thing pretty hard. It just like buries itself into the wall. So you're gonna have to roll might to get it out if you want the sword, because I can't make it that easy.
I just want a weapon. 0.
0. What's your base? Any
+1.
might?
It's -1, and then I have +1, so it's 0.
Oh, okay. So, this is your turn. So you run over and you grab the sword. Nothing happens. And now it's on Adam.
That was your turn?
Or that can be like a maneuver. That can be a part of your turn.
Yeah, can we? Yeah.
Okay. Yes. All right. I'm not gonna be too hardcore.
Down a couple people.
Yeah.
We're down 2.
We are down 2 people tonight. So.
Can I?
And this is 4.
Is there any way I can use ice to get out?
I feel like I would just make it more stuck.
Yeah.
So do you really want the weapon, or do you want so remember with this with this, with vampires usually they're very strong physical, but they're usually weak mental. And you're kind of the one person with mental firepower, so something to think about too. Or you fired ice at him. So remember, I think you have mental attacks too, right? Or was that?
Channeling and ritual.
Can I see one of the books that has the skills and stuff in it?
That's that one.
I have channeling and ritual, so I don't know where that was.
Copycat, no!
I'm not sure what I would do with channeling or ritual for that.
For channeling and ritual, I would just do. I would probably in that case then I think it was Sophia that has the mental horsepower actually. Sophia's or Ryan's or it was like Ryan or Sophia that did mental damage.
Well, it was Adam's character in the last game.
Yeah. Okay. But all right, so.
Well, I mean, I am a practitioner, so I could like lunge at him. I could run up the stairs and like try and like get into his head. I could use my my untrained and wily, and even though it's against the magical rules to try and go into somebody's brain, I can use my magic to try and F up his mind with magic.
Sounds good.
Okay, let's do that.
Let's do it.
What does that mean if I use a fake point, or if I use my aspect? Do I get +1 or something?
Yeah, so if you use your aspect, you get +2.
+2? Okay,
so you can go ahead and pass me one of those beautiful fate points.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I got one.
You do have to spend them. If you're going to use the aspect to your advantage.
What would I roll?
Have fun, Alec. Nice hanging out, man.
What would I roll with?
So you would roll with
Discipline and conviction?
Same deal, because it's just a magical, it's a magical talent.
Okay.
So it'll just add 2 shifts to it, 2 shifts of damage to it, with that.
So will it add 2 shifts to my discipline?
Oh, it'll just do damage. Like it'll just come out at the end of the damage.
Okay.
So go ahead and just roll against your discipline, see if you're successful.
Whoops. Doesn't roll very well. Can I roll it in?
Yeah. Okay.
+5 discipline, that works.
Okay, cool. So then you have, and you're 3 conviction.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you do 5 shifts of mental damage. So he, so what do you do to him? Give me a little bit of description here.
I want to make him think that he's being just brutally attacked from a cat.
Okay. Okay.
His insides ripped to shreds.
Okay, so then, you see his eyes kind of widen. And he's like, oh, God, it's a cougar! And then he, backs up towards the stairs. You see his shoulders kind of hit the back wall. And then, now he has the aspect of, scared of the kitty. Which you guys can invoke in the scene. And so that's a medium... That's a medium consequence. So that's, the nice thing about using mental is, you can you can get past the armor. You guys have an Amazon wish list? I don't know. I don't think so.
We can make one.
So do you have an Amazon list? Yeah, we could think of something on Amazon. there's a whole lot of stuff out there.
Kindle Paperwhite.
Besides the Dre Beats. You want a Paperwhite? I should have got you that for Christmas. Oh.
Next time. Got a Christmas present?
Yeah, I think ahead, man, on Christmas presents.
Good.
I know.
Anyways.
Huh? What? No.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, so he's pretty rattled, and you see him. Oh, well, thanks, man. Well, we just appreciate you coming and hanging out with us, dude. There's no need to. We could put a subscribe thing on here eventually, but we just like hanging out and spending time with people. So just enjoy the stream. That is payment enough.
Who is that?
This guy. Why did you ban me, Manny? I'll give our boy a follow. That's nice. What a sweetheart.
Yeah.
He's doing a graphic for us too, so we don't have to have this ghetto camera set up either.
Oh, nice. Love it.
So he's hooking us up.
Cool. All right. So he's against the wall.
Okay, cool. All right, so you see him kind of rock back against the wall. His eyes are wide. You can tell he's definitely mentally rattled, and you guys can spend fate points to leverage that against him. So those, remember, those consequences are aspects, and you guys can still leverage those. So, you see him rock back against the wall. He's kind of nervous, And then now it's on Adam to. Whoops.
Rodney.
It's on. Rodney to. Thank you guys. Just gonna keep reinforcing it. To make a call.
Okay. So I'm gonna.
Or do you want to grab the sword?
What? No. I'm gonna spend a fate point to invoke
Okay.
the kitty thing.
Kitty thing?
I'm not going to attack him.
That's our beautiful camera setup. It's okay. Go ahead.
Since he's on the ground, kind of backed up, I want to go up to him and put my gun right up against his head and say, "Do I fucking look homeless to you? Why don't you tell me what this ritual is that you're talking about?"
Okay.
Roll intimidation.
Do you have intimidation? Yeah. Okay. Roll intimidation. That's the perfect thing. I was actually gonna ask that.
+2 total.
Plus,
but I spent the fate point.
But you spent the fate point, so you're +4 actually. So you do successful.
Yes.
So you see him kind of hold his hands up in a defensive gesture, and he says, "Listen, man, it's just what the two guys down on 11th Street told me. I'm just following orders." And he says, "Okay, look, I'll tell you everything. Just don't hurt me."
All right, start talking.
Okay. Well, listen. There's these homeless, man. They've been pushing back against the Red Court's invasion to San Francisco for years, but they're all in one place now. Their base over where they're all holed up, it's guarded by some of the strongest wards we've ever seen. That's what I'm doing. We have a few of their best practitioners upstairs. They've all been converted, and they're gonna crack the ward tonight.
I don't know if I necessarily believe him. So since I've still got him grappled with my bear, around his arm, I'm just gonna slowly start squeezing tighter as he's talking to see if
But he says, "Oh God, no! You have to believe me. I swear, it's what these guys paid me. There's this big ward, and tonight we're trying to bust it. We have a few ritual sites set up. We're ready to go, and we took their best practitioners. So they're the ones that knows the ins and outs of this ward. And then once the ward falls, they're all dead."
Why are you trying to mess with the Red Court?
No, I am the Red Court. I'm trying to stop these homeless. They've been blocking our territory for years. We've been able to take over the tech space. We've even almost beat that dragon down in South Bay. But, we just haven't been able to get a foothold here because of that damn old guy with his broom has been stopping us at every freaking turn. Richard says he lies. Kill him.
I'm trying to remember the context of what happened earlier in the story.
The homeless guy's a really powerful wizard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we know that there's. Oh, we don't know where the other two ritual sites are. We should try to figure that out. Oh, I can't say. I'm.
Yeah, you're still a bear.
I understand you.
Maybe. Maybe I can.
The cat can translate. That's
okay, that's
overridden.
The rule cat can translate for me. That is the only reason I put up with the cat. So it can translate for me. And I say, find out where the other two spots are.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's go through the cat to you, and then you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
So remember so in the beginning when you got kind of the initial plan from the old guy, he said there were something weird going on with the spirits. There was kind of this weird haunting at one of their old sites, and then he also said that one of his outposts in East Bay was calling for resupply. And so you guys had those three options where you could, 1, go and resupply the people in East Bay by going over the bridge. 2, go and kind of fix whatever was going on with these spirits that were kind of harassing people in a certain building. Then 3 was here. So this is kind of,
So
yeah.
we can go to the East Bay next. We didn't have to deal with the troll, but
That's true. But
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling like we could solve a riddle today.
yeah, we do need. I feel like we should still stop whatever ritual's going on upstairs before we leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
So I don't think this guy's gonna let us just go do that freely.
Can we talk this guy into telling the guy to call it off?
Ooh.
He's pretty scared.
Do we want any more information first?
Oh, pick up the cat and then just since he's mortally terrified of the cat currently, just grab the cat and start slowly walking it towards him and say, "You will tell them to stop."
I like that. So I'm going to tell her to stop the ritual. I'll let this beast have its way with you.
He pays no mind to the giant bear grabbing his arm, but this cat,
he's freaked out about this cat.
Casper's like kind of a fat tabby cat.
He's a chunky, he's a
and
meaty
he's
cat.
a little fat. I feed him a lot. Now that I actually have money and I'm not living on the street, he's like very well fed.
Okay. So just recap that for me. So the cat, you're sending the cat upstairs.
Cool. Yeah, we all run upstairs, followed him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Got hit against the wall. He's grappling him.
Mm-hmm.
He's mortally terrified of the cat. Rodney's talking to him. I'm gonna pick up Jasper and hold him up and be like, tell him to stop the ritual, or I'm gonna let this beast have his way with you.
And then he says, I can't. They'll kill me. They'll you don't know you don't know who these two guys are like, man. They're the strongest.
Kill you right now.
Say, well, we're gonna kill you, or they're gonna kill you. So you have a better chance if you at least, we're gonna kill you. So we'll let you go if you get them to stop.
And he says, it's not just me. Everybody I know, everybody I care about. It doesn't stop. So what are you guys gonna do? Are you gonna try to?
Can I go into his brain again and convince him?
Yeah.
You can try.
Let's take a moderate consequence.
Okay. This would probably be what would I be rolling against? Okay, yeah.
Right? Where'd that book go?
Okay, well you got a good shot at it. It was a bad roll.
+3.
Okay, so you take a consequence, by the way.
Yeah.
So you kind of you see sweat start dripping down Elena's forehead, as she's holds out her hand and it starts shaking as she's reaching out into this vampire's mind, and he says, okay, and you see his eyes kind of get wider and wider. And he just stands straight up and just starts walking up the stairs, and then
and I'll release my grapple on it because I see that she's doing something and I think it's a good idea.
It's a nice thing.
Should have taken +2 damage.
He took 2. He should have taken 2 from the first round, and then
he takes another 2 mental.
And then he'll take 2 if I had kept him grappled when I got back to my turn. He would have taken 2, but then each turn, he takes it at the beginning of his turn, but then I have to re-roll to maintain my grapple against him each turn.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, so he starts kind of zombie walking upstairs, and it's becoming obvious that after all this mental tampering he's undergone, his kind of consciousness is starting to kind of fade out a little bit. So he's kind of become a little bit more mechanical in his motions. He's just definitely not all there anymore. So he starts walking up the stairs. It's kind of not even conscious if you guys are following him. He just starts going. What do you guys do?
Cat. Follow him.
Yeah, I'm going to send my cat.
So you only send the cat with him?
Yeah, because we don't know the other guy. I know that we're there. And my cat can kind of be stealthy.
Okay.
He can kind of stay.
And I'll creep up
I can be stealth for that.
halfway or so up the stairs. So I'm not following the cat up into the room, but I just want to be there in between them and whatever would be coming down the stairs.
Okay.
So you roll stealth for.
Yeah, roll stealth for the cat.
Do I need to roll? Am I far enough up to need to roll stealth?
You probably are fine.
Okay.
What'd you get?
+4.
So he walks up the stairs, and you kind of hear voices, and the cat follows up closely behind him, and you hear people chanting a very repetitive, style.
Mm-hmm.
So for stealth, her cat is following this guy whose mind they took over up the stairs. to where there's this ritual going on where they're gonna, try to attack the poor homeless people of San Francisco. So she's rolling to see if her cat is going to be stealthy enough to actually get to the top of the stairs and without being detected, or her connection to the cat and the team's presence without being detected. So good question. So he walks up the stairs, he kind of gets all the way in, and the cat is kind of slinking along behind him. And you hear there's three voices that are that you hear distinct, two guys and a girl, and they're kind of hitting this regular cadence of this chanting ritual. But one person you can tell is a little bit more it's not involved in this ritual, and it says, "What the hell was that downstairs?" And the kind of the guy you guys messed with is like, "Oh well, just one of the infected was just making some noise. It was nothing." And then he's like, "Okay," and then he's like, "What the hell is that thing following you?" And then you see, or you hear like two steps as you guys tampered with turns. He sees the cat again, and freaks out, and you hear a wild manic scream, and then you hear like these stumbling steps, and you hear this bumping, like as if he hits somebody, and the chanting stops, and then because you roll alertness.
Okay. +3.
+3?
Yeah.
Okay, so then you feel from the magical energies that are going on this sense of tension. So all of a sudden there's this buildup of power, but then all of a sudden you feel that this power is no longer contained. So then you feel and then you guys start feeling the building kind of shake a little bit, and
Go up there.
My initial reaction was, we should probably get out of this business.
Yeah, I was marking.
What does the vote say?
Well, do we think the ritual stopped at that point? Isn't that our goal?
I don't know, we can go. Yeah, you're right, we should probably go up there and at least check.
Maybe you should go up there.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'll run up the stairs, and because I'm freaking out, and I realize that this cat is the only way that I'm able to communicate, and I like to stay in bear form as much as I can.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go up and see if I can see the cat and sort of swat it down the stairs.
And you can also check out what's going on.
And look around. I want to look around and see what's going on here.
Okay.
And see how many people and what we're up against should we decide to stay.
Okay, cool. Do you want me to wait for you to get back?
No, you're fine.
Okay, cool. So I'll just talk really loud so you guys can hear. Okay, so Zeke takes a few steps up the staircase, and you kind of see this bear head peek around the corner of the spiral staircase. And what you see is three practitioners, and you definitely can tell there's this aura, this glowing aura around their hands, and they have kind of shabby clothes, but they're all kind of chained up. So these three practitioners seem to be under duress. But there's another guy that looks like he could almost be the first guy's brother. They seem like twins almost. Him and the first.
The one who's all messed up now.
The one who's all messed up. And we'll call the one who's messed up. I'm trying to think. What would be good? Friedrich. Yeah, sure. We'll call the one who's messed up Friedrich, and the other one Baldwin.
Yeah.
Keep it simple. I'm so bad at names. That's my biggest failure. So you see Friedrich kind of tweaked out at the top of the stairs, and he has stumbled over one of these practitioners. You see, there's a circle that's been drawn, and then a smear of salt. So the circle's been drawn in salt, and then a part of that circle's been broken.
Okay.
And then even you feel this kind of heat on your face coming from that break in the circle.
But I wouldn't know enough about magic to know if that's a good or a bad thing. So
You wouldn't.
I'll just say through the cat, we're gonna be back up in here, and then I will go jump at the twin that is not under our control currently, and I want to just slash at him.
Okay, so YOLO swag, and I think you have.
I I don't ask permission.
You don't ask permission, so you get a fate point for that against her chase. Way to play to your character.
Why does he get a fate point for playing to his character and I had to give up one for playing to my character?
Because you were using it to benefit you in the scene.
Oh, okay.
This is
Yeah.
probably
He's
gonna.
benefit him, isn't he?
Well, no, he's going in.
Okay.
He's walking into a very on fire room. Don't worry. Well, you'll get some if you play your cards right.
So yeah, I'm gonna run at him and just give him a couple of bear slashes.
Okay, cool.
Because I already know the other guy came down and tried to swing swords at
You guys.
Rodney over here, and
You're
I'm
pissed.
pissed. I don't like
You
it.
don't like that
my
at
bear
all.
Instincts, my pack instincts teach me I need to protect my own. So
Why is pack
Jasper,
instincts?
one of your packs.
he's little.
But he's mighty.
Debatable.
He's very fierce.
Alright, so I'm gonna roll athletics. Ooh, and I have an atrocious athletics roll
Oh, that's cool.
to dodge your attack.
Well, I only rolled a 1.
You still got two shifts on me, so you got
Well,
two
that
plus
was a
2.
hit, and then my weapons is 4.
Okay, so then you got 6 damage on this guy.
Reroll.
Nice.
I'll take it.
Yeah, he had a really
You
bad
must have
roll.
rolled real bad. Yeah.
Rolled real
He's
bad.
really drunk.
So I'm gonna take a mild consequence.
Oh, mild?
Yeah, I have a lot of armor.
Dang.
C, so this will be bleeding.
Okay.
And then you can use that because you're a bear, and you can use a scent of buds. Hey, what's up, Bud Surfer? We're doing a Dresden Files RPG, which is based off the, well, talk to you later, man, but we're doing a Dresden Files RPG which is based off Fate, which is a fun mechanic. Have fun with the dog. He's taking his duck for a walk.
Duck?
His dog.
Oh.
Yeah, take his duck for
I was
a
like-
walk.
I wish I had a pet duck.
Yeah,
That'd be
that's
awesome. That's amazing.
Can you introduce Biscuit, by the way?
Yeah, Biscuit is. Yeah, you can start bringing him into the story too.
Yeah, after this, I think we should like go
Real quick,
to
Biscuit.
Rodney's
Pay a
house.
visit to Biscuit and
Yeah.
see what he has to say about the red sword.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So, so he's kind of staggered back, bleeding,
Perfect.
and he
We should turn it on when
he reaches for a sword, but you know his arm is kind of like shaky, so you kind of see him like kind of not able to really get going. So you guys are in a conflict now, and so you're first to act because he has the same initiative as before. So because they are brothers.
I go first.
Yeah. So then you see.
So
And,
I run upstairs.
Yeah, you
right?
gotta get up this
Is
room.
that when I
yeah, so that's a maneuver. So you'll have to use a maneuver on that.
Oh, getting upstairs.
It's just like one of your turns. You'll have to do it to get
It's
upstairs.
sure
Yeah.
to get up in there.
But why would I? Because he just told my cat, "Let's get out of here." Wouldn't?
Did you tell the cat
I was
anything?
going to. I was gonna say, try and get the cat out of there. I saw the other guy in the broken ring, and I just jumped on him.
Okay, so you didn't tell my cat that.
I
So
didn't
at
tell
this
the cat
point,
that.
I just know.
I told you
Lot
guys.
going
I
on
said
there.
get it. I said we're gonna be back at here. So I told you
Oh,
guys.
okay, cool. Then yeah, then I will run upstairs. That's my maneuver.
So what's that?
I run upstairs.
So you sprint upstairs. You save your cat.
Yeah. Jasper.
So you scream out your so it would probably be in your character to like shout out your cat's name and lose any element of surprise you would have, which would normally be like +1 or 2, because he doesn't know you or you or Rodney are there.
Yeah, I'll probably shout my cat's name.
Okay, baby.
Yay!
Baby! Jasper, where's my baby Jasper? Uh-oh, I think someone unplugged my computer. Oh no. I think it's just a connector to the adapter. Okay. So you holler out your cat's name at the top of your lungs. There are tears screaming out of your eyes, and you've had a long day with your cat. It's had its life in jeopardy a few times. But you go in, you're coming in hot. Like you go in without any defense up, without any stealth. You just kind of bust through the door, and you see him zero in on you, and you can tell that like even with the bear like snarling and taking swings at him, he can sense that you're the one that tampered with his brother's mind, and now he's enraged at you
Uh-oh.
and has +1 to all attacks against you.
That's not good.
Versus Elena. And then Rodney.
Well, I need to maneuver to get upstairs too. So
Okay.
I can't do anything, right?
You just gotta hustle up. Okay.
Alright.
So Rodney runs up, gets behind Elena, but you know she's like so freaked out about her cat, she kind of has spread her arms out. So Rodney's just trying to like look over her too. So she's almost like a human shield to Rodney right now.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
But it's, you know, unfortunately for the shield, it's about to get attacked. So the vampire's brother, the other one is still kind of comatose. So he pushes his brother back, and you see the brothers stumble and kind of scrabble up more of the circle. So you really feel this power kind of coming out, and you also have this sense of familiarity. So because you grew up on the streets. And you know these homeless magics, you feel that you can tap into this if you want to. Something to consider. But there is this infusion of darkness in it, so you don't know what the consequence of that is.
Wait, this is the magic that's happening in the circle?
Yeah, that circle, that's dark, but familiar magic to her at least. So she can tap into it if she
I'm gonna
wants.
see how it goes, and then I'll see if I need to.
Okay.
My turn's not for a while.
So he is going to take a big ol' swing
Ready?
at you. So roll athletics to dodge, and he has that big sword out, so he drew it the rest of the way, and he's coming out at the door like this, hand raised, ready to throw down. +6. Okay. So I'm only. Okay. +6.
Yeah.
Okay.
+3 athletics, and I rolled a +3.
All right. Well, that is a winning roll.
Yes.
So he takes a swing.
Love of my cat.
But like the kind of the blood like pulsing in your head about your fear for your cat. You know, your adrenaline's amped. So you like kind of do like a double juke, get out of the way. The sword swings and misses. And then Rodney is kind of looking behind you with like as the sword just like passes like inches from his face.
Phew.
And then now it is on Zeke.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to do what I think to his brother. I'm going to try to grapple him again and just grab that sword arm and see if I can't hold him down. Because if I can grapple him, if I continue to grapple him, I can actually move him away from you guys, like pull him. So I'm gonna I'm already swinging at him. I'm gonna just bite at his sword arm and try to grapple him.
Okay, so you're gonna take a bite at his sword arm and going for a disarm grapple again.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, well you have a very successful grapple.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna roll athletics to dodge. Oof, brutal.
I'm going down.
So I got a big old goose egg.
Well, I'm -2
Really bad roll.
+5, so I'm +3.
Okay. So you succeed the grapple, but the.
But I don't disarm.
That's fine, Oh. It's all good. Someone's. Yeah. Anyways, so you see. Let me think. What happened? So, you grappled. His grip on the sword isn't like is shaken, but it's not 100% gone yet.
Okay.
So you're in a grapple. You're going to do 2 damage every turn.
Mm-hmm. And according to the thing, I have to re-roll each turn to maintain a grapple, but each turn it's at a -1 for me, so it's harder to maintain a grapple each turn.
Okay.
So
Good.
I don't think I was doing it right.
No, that's good. I appreciate you guys helping me with the rules because my poor brain is still catching up on all this stuff. Okay, so he's going to take 2 shifts of physical from that. And then you kind of see another kind of like gash appear in his arm, but you know, he kind of like shrugs it off and is grappling pretty aggressively while holding onto his weapon. So now it's on Rodney.
No?
Or sorry, I apologize, on Elena. So it's on Elena. and you're amped from having your cat in jeopardy.
I was thinking, so while his arm is grappled, and being held out by the knife, holding the sword, if I fire an ice spike at the hand,
yeah, it'll complete the sword.
Out.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll athletics, and you may be running low on mental shifts of damage,
I have
though.
a moderate consequence at this point. I'm exhausted.
Are you gonna spend your? Well, you only get to use those once.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna take a moderate consequence to do that.
I already have a moderate consequence.
But you can't. You only use it once, so you can't rely on it.
But I only lose one. I only get one mental each time, right?
But it doesn't clear it out. It just swallows for damage.
Yeah, but okay. So what I was confused on is if,
Yeah.
like, say I get 2 mental damage, and then I get another one or another 2 or whatever. Then can I erase that and put that as a moderate consequence?
Nope. It
No?
just subtracts from the current hit. So consequences are like a one-time use. So if you have like 6 shifts of damage to mitigate, a moderate consequence would take away 4 and you'd have 2.
Yeah.
And they would still apply, but once you use up a shift, it's used until you reset. A shift of stress.
Even if it adds up, like I've taken a total of 4.
Yeah. So like let's say you take 3 damage, you only have 2 shifts, and so you have like 1 over your stress. You would either have to take a full moderate. Let's say you already used your mild. You would, even if it was overkill, you would have to take your moderate, and that would be it and gone in order to survive it. I know. So I would use a normal attack.
If I had a total of 4 mental stress.
Yeah. It doesn't erase them.
What? That doesn't make any sense,
They only
though.
fill up one at a time. Like they only fill up like 1 at a time. So say I got 3
it's not
damage.
Total.
So the stress, like let's say you got 3 stress hits, you don't fill up 1, 2, 3. You just circle 3.
What?
I'll explain later.
Okay.
Well, but yeah, you can't.
Oh, so this is also a 1 and a 2. So
Yeah.
it adds up to 3.
Exactly.
Oh, wait. So
Well,
if
here.
you cross out 3, that means you're taking away 3 damage, or you're taking 3 damage.
No, if you cross out 3, you can mitigate 3 damage, but it only fills 1 circle. So let's say you get a 2 damage hit next time, it doesn't go straight up to like something else. You just fill in the number 2 now. So like you can have like different circles filled. So like if I hit 1 damage, or if I had 1 shift of stress
I
and
thought
then
it
1.
was 1
Yeah,
per circle.
I thought this was 1
So
per
if you
circle.
took like 4 damage, you only circle 4, but then you still have 1, 2, and 3 available.
Okay, then
I
I do have other stuff then.
So that's okay. So then we'll do that. We'll go ahead and
Oh, I must have been doing that wrong too.
Yeah.
that's okay.
good to know.
Yeah, I'm thinking. Okay.
Yeah,
So
that's
something
something
a little like.
Okay, well
Sorry.
then.
Technical dilemma.
We're a lot squishy than that.
Well then.
So like you take 3 shifts of damage, then you're not filling
Yeah.
3 circles.
The fate
No,
system's a
you
bit
would
tricky.
just do
So
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
thought. You
add
filled
up
in 3
3.
circles.
yeah, fate's always a
Oh,
little
I
bit
see.
tricky. So you only fill in the 3, but then you still have 1 or 2 available to take a hit.
So then what happens if you take, like I have up to 5 with my fair. So let's say I've already done like 1 through 4 and someone hits me for 2, then
Take a 5.
you have to take
Then
the
it
5.
rolls up to 5.
Oh, okay.
Or the minor consequence.
Or
Or Arconic, or you mitigate with
No,
Arconic.
I'm still confused. I'll talk about this later.
Okay.
Yeah,
Roll this.
it's pretty easy.
Okay.
It's easy once we talk it through.
Okay, so what are my options if I can't do my magic?
So you can't. We'll let you do 1 free shot this time.
Well, no, but you have other ones now, right?
Yeah, so you erase like one or 2.
Well, I'm confused because at first I was adding them up. Like I have a -4 because I just added them up. I had gone
Okay.
through- I've taken 4 mental basically, so I just erased it and put it as a moderate consequence.
Yeah,
Does that mean
we'll let you do that this one time.
technically though, like that's more because I think I have 3 for mental.
It's okay. Just
Yes.
we'll
So
let that
means
one. We'll let
3
that one
plus
roll
2
for
plus
now.
1. So
We'll
that
let that
means
one
it's
roll.
actually 6 for mental. So technically I have 2 mental left, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you would have taken the thing instead of taking the other thing.
Exactly, because like if I have 3,
find this.
yeah, if I have 3 plus 2 is 6, then technically I have 2 left.
All right. So whenever you're. So after this is what you'll.
So like,
Yeah, is your homework.
So I'll go for the ice spike for the hand.
Okay, cool. I spike for the hand, and you get a freebie on this one.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll athletics to dodge. If I dodge successfully, I'm gonna laugh. Okay.
What'd you get?
I got, let me see what's my athletics. +3.
+7.
Okay, so 4. And then what was the strength of your spell?
+3.
Okay. So 4. Okay, well, you already did the conviction. So yeah, okay, so 4. So 7, 4. I think it is 7. Hits me for 7. So I take. So then the spike hits his hand. The sword flies all the rest of the way out, or like he just like drops it, and you see the spike go like through his hand like front to back. So like he like shouts in pain, and then he takes the mild consequence, impaled.
It's a mild one.
Yeah.
I guess because it melts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty sad.
Yeah, he's a vampire. He'll be fine.
Yeah.
Okay. But now he's really, really angry. So now it's on Rodney. So you just saw her take a pop shot. He's up in her face, like right at that door to where the ritual's going on. And there's still this like radiating heat coming out of this like circle, and it's getting hotter and hotter.
This might be a bad idea, but I'm kind of tempted to shoot at all the salt around the circle and try and fuck up the circle.
Ooh, do it.
Okay.
You know, though, that energy combined with the energy of the ritual.
Do it. You wouldn't know that. Do it.
Oh gosh, we're gonna explode.
So, okay.
The thing is, it could diffuse the ritual.
I could. So let's roll.
It'd be fine.
Let's roll your guns on this.
+5 total.
Great. Ooh, just barely. Okay. So you shoot the guns, and you see these chained up practitioners, like kind of like whip back, and kind of the salt just kind of pops up, and use your special bullets, kind of, and the circle's much more holy, and you feel the temperature of the room rise at least like 5 degrees. So you just feel that immediately happening, and then you see these like the practitioners you're chained up like jerking away because they're much closer than you are. You're at the door; they're like right next to the circle on the far end of the room, and you see them like jerking away, and like parts of their clothes start to smoke.
We gotta grab them.
Okay.
Save them? Very altruistic.
Roddy doesn't care. Ice cold. Let them die.
That's what we were hired to do. We're not hired.
Oh yeah,
That's what
they're
we're
the.
doing for the homeless guy. They're like the focus.
Oh, are they? Oh, I didn't realize
They're
that.
the ones that went missing, I think.
I don't know if I trust the homeless guy yet, but I don't know if I trust Broom yet.
No, remember
But-
we like.
Oh yeah, we insided it, didn't we? Whose turn is it?
It is mine.
All went over and like Friday, like, dude, the chili cat just makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I thought you could like fight their shit.
Yeah. But
So he's still in a grapple with you, right? So I have to roll against your grapple to get out.
Or does he have to just roll grapple with the stake?
Well, pretty much what I mean was, so what he does is he's grabbed Zeke, and then he sees this this circle kind of breaking, and he's gonna try to pull Zeke and kind of push him into the circle.
bring it.
So that would be might.
Damn right, it'll be more. +5.
Ooh, okay. So I only got a +3. All right. So what do you want to do? You won that battle.
So he's trying to pull.
Throw him
So well, I think I have to +2 he's grappled. So I don't want him to swing at you guys anymore. When I have him grappled, he can't swing. Like I have a successful block against anything he would do against me. He can still swing against you guys. So I'm gonna like drag him away from these two towards the other side of the room.
Okay. Do you want to? So he's already got some momentum going towards that.
Oh, can I? If he's got momentum going towards that way, can I like turn it
Towards the
on
circle?
him and like flip him? And,
Yeah,
like,
well,
and
you
then,
won might.
Well, I'm grappling him, right? So I won might. He's trying to pull me towards it. I'll basically give a little and then pivot him around and then just let go of my grapple into the ring.
Okay. Cool. So then,
Would that be athletics or something?
So he already beat me on might, so then that's my consequence for losing.
Okay.
So then Baldwin kind of takes a step back. You see Zeke just like his like bear claws just like rip into his skin. You kind of see like spots of blood around where each of his like handholds are. He pushes Zeke, but Zeke is just like, you know, he's a bear, so he pushes back against Baldwin. The guy stumbles back. He's a vampire, so he is really fast, but with his already momentum, like physics is physics, he stumbles back, and like you see like two of his heels like cross the into the circle, and he kind of skids into the circle where like that magic ritual is taking place. You feel like this like swell of heat, and you see this like flame just like burst out like on the back of his like neck and all on the back of his body where he's like standing like this. So he takes 6 shifts of damage.
Wow, dope.
From
Nice.
that. So he's going to take an extreme consequence because he is, or actually he's going to take a major consequence because he is enraged enough to do so because he hurt his brother. So then he's like on fire.
He's enraged at me though, isn't he?
Huh?
Isn't he enraged at me?
Well, he's ranged at everybody.
Oh,
He's
that's
gonna. It's pretty fun.
Okay, so that was on his turn, right?
Yeah, sorry. That was on his turn. So now it's on you.
Oh.
Okay, so he's at the edge of this thing, right?
Just
Yeah.
shove him in.
I was about to say, can I just like take like a bear charge at him and just like headbutt him into the rest without? I don't want to go in myself. I just want to
Just,
charge
like,
up
push
and
him
like
into the-
throw like either a bear head or a bear shoulder into him and get his whole body in this thing.
Okay. So that would be athletics.
Okay.
Alright. So you gotta beat +3.
I'm +5.
Oof.
I'm
Okay.
+4 might and
I'm
+4
all in.
athletics. Or +5 might because I get that for being a bear.
For being a bear. So you're a very physically fit bear.
Yeah.
Apparently.
I'm very large. Most bears are fairly.
I gotta start getting some more mental enemies for old bear boy over there. But yeah, so you see this massive bear. Okay, so how do you want to do this, Chase?
All right. So I see him stumble and like freak out because the back of him's on fire. I'll turn around away from him, take a few steps back, turn at it, and then slam both paws on the ground, give a little snort, and just boom, 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 and boom, shoulder straight into like football, like just pound this guy into the middle of the circle. And then as soon as like he goes in and I know he's like burning up, I'll turn around because I've seen the cat like they cover up her litter in a litter box. I'll turn around and just like scratch my back paws like I'm kicking litter.
Okay. Okay, so
Good way to do it. He's gonna be sweating though.
yeah, I know. Okay, so so he stumbles back. This massive bear like rounds up and just like charges into him. Shoulder checks his gut. You see him like kind of fly into like once he breaks like the barrier of the circle, like because only his heels were really touching before. Once he breaks the barrier of the circle, there's kind of this invisible line of like you kind of see a cylinder appear, and it's like all kind of made of like fire. And you see like as he kind of goes further and further in, it just kind of starts dissolving. Like he doesn't even make it to the center. He just kind of like disappears in. So
And I look supremely proud of myself.
yeah, and the bear looks supremely proud, and as he goes in, he just kind of dissolves and like melts away. The practitioners are still like bucking at their chains, like trying to get back, and you see like kind of flames are starting to pop up on their cloak after these guys coerced them into doing this.
Yeah.
And then you see as Zeke kind of like kicks up his feet, he lets his toenails, his bear claws, like kind of go into the flame just to like kind of like get him smoking a little bit. He kind of like does a little toenail trim on the way out, and then struts forward very happily as
Snorts a little.
yeah, and he doesn't seem to really care that much about the poor hostages who were forced to make this circle, but
Oh, only nice.
They're still alive. Next round, I'll save them next round, assuming these guys don't get to it first.
Okay, so my question is, it's my turn now, right?
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Do you think that I should send ice into the circle? I don't think it's gonna do
As
much.
a Galaciomancer, can you just make it colder in here?
Yes, but it has to combat the heat, so the heat is probably coming from an outside source.
Why don't you try and like freeze their clothes?
Freeze. That's what I was wondering if I should try and like negate the circle or if I should go for the
So
practitioners.
we're just sending them from one extreme to the other.
So, and while you guys are deciding, all the practitioners took 1 shift of physical damage.
Oh no. Okay.
It's not my turn.
It's my turn.
Yeah, just.
Okay.
Oh,
So
wait.
I'm gonna.
They're locked in, right? You can throw like ice at the chain to
That's
make
what
it
I was
brittle.
saying, but I can only do one at a time.
Oh, okay. Well, if you can, yeah. Well,
Can I do a
take one.
3-pronged ice?
So you guys can also declare aspects in a scene, and you can say maybe it's a looped chain where you only have to break it once,
I like
and
that.
it like unchains all of them.
It's a looped chain.
Okay. Do you have any fate
I
points?
threw it. It fell underneath there.
Oh
I
yeah.
do. It's a loose chain.
Bend down and pick right up.
Yeah, you spend yours. I know.
Okay, so it's a loop chain. Aspect
send-
declared.
Over there.
All right, so you need to roll.
I'm rolling discipline, right?
Yeah, you need to just do a discipline roll against that, and you'll have to get a good or better.
Can I move this in here?
What?
Can I
Yeah,
move
yeah, you
this?
can
Okay, cool. I just wanna
mark
use it to
whatever.
roll on.
That'll just help later if we have questions about the mechanics.
Is she trying to free one or all, or does it depend on how well she rolls?
Well, it'll free all of them if she can successfully
Plus
break the
4.
chain. Okay, so that's enough. So you needed a
Yeah,
3.
that's enough. I got it to 0.
Okay. So so you kind of charge up. You kind of have this ball of ice in your hand, and it kind of formulates into kind of into a spear. Excuse me, and it flies out of your hand, cracks the chain, and then as these people are kind of bucking against their bonds, all of a sudden it just like it cracks open. It kind of slinks through all the different gaskets that are holding it. I guess that's the right word. And they immediately are on their feet. They're pushing back, and they ignore you guys and just bolt. They are out of the room.
That's fine. That's fine.
We still have one guy alive though, right?
We still have Friedrich.
Yeah, Friedrich's still derped out, and he's just
I
kind of
wouldn't worry
like
about him too much. Do
looking
you want to
around.
find anything else out from him?
Could deliver him to Broom Guy.
Yeah, I want to shoot his kneecaps and then take him hostage.
Aww.
It's up to you guys.
And I just give it a pretty whoa at that thought. You can say no.
You think I should not do this?
It's your turn.
Or yeah, it's your turn.
Up to you.
I'm gonna do it because I don't want him running away. But like,
Okay.
saying,
So I'm gonna roll athletics.
He's gonna get almost himself because of the
well, he's an evil man.
+1 +3 +4.
Wait, am I rolling my guns?
For kneecap?
Yeah, you can for shooting his kneecaps.
So I'm +6.
Okay, so you pop his kneecaps. Friedrich is, very discombobulated, and he screams and like looks at the cat, and like you really think that it's pretty apparent that he thinks the cat did it, and he's scrabbling back, and
He definitely did. Jasper did.
And Jasper is kind of prowling around him, I think, in a similar, kind of like conquering predator mode. And you see that he's like absolutely horrified of this cat now, and he's scrabbling on all fours back. But the room is still getting a lot warmer, like noticeably.
We should talk about.
What? Okay.
Can you grab me? Let's get out of here.
Yeah, I can do that.
So now we're out of combat, so you guys can go in any order y'all want.
Cool.
Okay. I'm going to turn back into a human.
Okay? And you're naked.
I'm naked.
Oh God! Oh God! Not again.
It's quite impressive, so I don't know.
Yeah, obviously.
What is Friedrich wearing? Does he have a cloak of any sort on?
He has it's a kind of red coat wear, so it's a very basic armor.
Ooh. Steelers that you could pass off as a red court. You should take it.
So it's very basic armor and lots of black underneath it, and a long kind of billowing cape.
Yes, get it?
Yeah, I will just take whatever I can and start putting it on.
Cool. So then you take out this guy's armor, you leave his underwear on, you're not that bad of a guy.
Yeah. Really, I just want a cloak to put on
cloak.
and we'll keep the armor for later use.
Okay, so you take the armor with you, or do you wear it?
I feel like I just want to take it with me for now because I don't want to break it should I turn into a bear again. Whereas a cloak, I can just kind of wrap around me and then it will.
You'll be
me.
a super bear
Totally
with the cloak behind you.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, so you kind of have this long, like, kind of cowl. It kind of has this ritual vibe, and you get +1 to lore with that. So you can just write that down as one of your items. That probably won't be a very relevant skill for you. But later on, if you want to re-attribute that to someone who does have magical ability, you
I
can.
have lore. Yeah, you can give it to me.
And that's for if you're doing bigger spells. So if you're trying to like track someone down, or if you're trying to do like like a little mini Chicago he did in Dresden Files, that's where lore comes in.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, book.
Yeah.
Just looking at
Yeah. No worries. Please do. I'm gonna need you guys to
so
keep me on track here.
Now, are you guys ready to leave? You okay with that?
Yeah, I guess.
Can we get the sword on the way out? I feel like I need a weapon of some kind for when I'm taking too much mental stuff. At this point, I feel like I do have weapons in my skills, but at this point, I don't have a weapon.
Okay, I look at her sort of with a fine, hold that thought.
Can you grab it for
Switch back into, because I'm not a bear.
Oh.
Switch back into bear form, just kind of give her a
With the
little
cape around you?
give her with my cape around me. Glance
Sassiest
over
bear
and
ever.
just kind of plod my way down the stairs in a very like you're lucky you have me here kind of way.
Yeah.
And then I will go up to the sword in the wall and try to like grab the hilt with my teeth and yank it out of the wall.
Okay. So roll might.
+4.
Okay, so you yank it out successfully. You see kind of something else underneath the wall, but it's kind of just like a glimmer and it's gone. And then you bumble over and hand her the.
No.
something else.
I yank it out of the wall. I drop it on the ground and walk back upstairs, turn back into human, and say it's down there.
What happened? Say again?
I don't do.
He doesn't deliver.
I
it
don't.
to
I
me.
don't do
He just
deliveries.
takes it off the wall for me.
Yeah.
I'm nice. I'm not that nice. Maybe she didn't have that damn cat all the
My
time.
cat hisses at you as we walk by.
And
What if the cat likes his bear form but hates his human
yeah,
form?
Yeah.
in our animal forms, we understand each other.
Yeah, I think
In
that's
our-
pretty much what it is.
in
When
our-
you're a bear, you don't mind the cat
Yeah,
too
I
much.
can stand the cat.
You're not gonna like save it, but you're like, yeah, alright, it's okay.
It has its uses to me in the
Yeah.
human form.
Yeah. So the cat hisses at you, know that you're a human.
And you know what it is? It's because since I'm a hacker, I've seen far too many random cat pictures on the internet that I just can't stand cats anymore.
It makes sense. It makes sense.
You know?
So he hisses, and we go past you, and I got my sword downstairs.
Okay, so you guys head out the building.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow and.
What are you doing with Friedrich?
We're
Or
leaving there. You kidding me?
are we leaving? We can carry him with us if you need
Why do we
captain.
want him? He's naked now.
We can deliver. That's not wrong. We can deliver him to Broom Guy, or we can leave. We can push him in a circle if we want. Do we have any reason to leave him alive?
Do we have any reason to kill him?
There's always
Yeah,
a
I guess
reason.
so.
That's
We're
okay.
getting any more information out of him. At this point, that's
I
not
want to take him to Broom Guy.
What do you think that will do us? Just make us look good to Broom Guy?
Maybe they'll
We
tell us
already got
something.
the practitioners out. That looks pretty good.
Or maybe they'll tell us something.
The broom. So you're bringing him to Broom Guy.
Yeah, let's bring him.
Okay. So consensus is bring Friedrich to Broom Guy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So who's carrying him? The bear.
I guess I'll go back into bear form.
My character's like 5'2".
Yeah,
right?
and then-
She's tiny.
And then you can drape Friedrich across my big bear shoulders.
Maybe 5'4". She's 5'4". She's like a normal girl size, not like me.
Okay. Alright, I was trying to see if I could use an aspect against you, but I couldn't find any. Okay, so you guys drag Friedrich down. He's still screaming and horrified of the cat and kind of bucking on Chase's shoulder. But you get him downstairs, out to the front. Out front, you see Wade, who's been he's like embracing like the freed practitioners, like kind of patting down like the still smoking pieces of their outfit. And he's like, like tears are streaming down his cheek. He's giving them hugs. He gives you guys a hug. He's just like super overjoyed to see his friends again. And you see like one of them whisper something to him, and then like he looks up and you see kind of this red light kind of like continuing to like grow like brighter and brighter on that third floor where the ritual was going place. But Wade kind of like looks around and like sprints upstairs, and like disappears back into the building.
Why? Why?
He's got it, guys. He'll be fine.
So Wade rushed back into the building. So that means we leave someone in there, or is there someone that he was looking for that we didn't find?
No,
He
he
said there was a red
seemed
light
in
on the
response
first
to the
floor.
red light.
What red light?
It's just like this kind of like heat. It looks almost like fire. It's kind of like it resembles the same color you saw.
Circle, right? So, I mean,
But it was still kind of like the cylinder flame that was like, that's still kind of like active.
But we broke the circle.
You did, but there was still kind of like a lot, like it was only like bullets and like 1 or 2 breaks, so it's still kind of a sense of like leaking. So there wasn't like anything big that like tore it open.
I feel like I should go back up there, guys.
Why?
Because I'm a practitioner and I need to help my people.
I'm
We can separate if you want. I can meet you guys at the bridge.
no, I won't go back in, but I won't stop
I have
you
ice.
from
Yeah, I have ice. I feel like if anything, I should be there at least to try and keep the area cool. Although I'm pretty pooped at this point.
Yeah,
Pretty pooped.
your call.
I'm not going back in there.
So is it on you? Are you gonna do it? Are you gonna help Wade?
I don't have much mental left though.
I'll follow. I won't do it happily, but I'll follow.
The grumble and follow.
So then I guess I'll have to shapeshift back into human form, drop the
Okay.
guy onto the ground, look over at Rodney and say, "This guy's your problem until we get back."
Alright, fine.
Okay, we'll be right back.
Go into there and then follow, or you want me to lead upstairs?
I can leave.
Okay, I'll follow you up the stairs.
Okay. So you guys run inside, go up the stairs. The building is definitely at least like 120, 130 degrees right now. And you kind of round, those like zombie type figures are still in the second floor. You kind of like brush past them. You don't see Wade anywhere. Do you guys going up to the third?
Can I start to cool down the area a little bit first?
Yeah. So that will be using, because it's not combat magic, so that will be not causing stress. So that will be using lore. So then go ahead and roll good or above for that, which is 3 above 3.
I got a 1.
Okay. So you kind of hold your hand out, but it still is like too hot. You kind of have this like red mark kind of going up your arm a little bit, just from this like kind of like almost a sunburn. So you guys like kind of keep going up the stairs, or do you guys want to go up to the third floor?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're already in too deep, yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys go up to the third floor, and you see Wade. He is, he has that like a small like wand, like it's kind of it is glowing, like it's glowing blue right now. So he's holding this thing out in front of them, and he's like trying to get, and he has like another like kind of like cup, and he's trying to collect as much of that salt that had built around, and he's kind of holding off like the cylinder, and you see him just collecting the salt as much as he can, like trying to get closer to it.
Okay. I would want to. Okay, so salt dissolves in water. If I send ice out across the floor, it'll dissolve the salt. Because the heat of the room is going to melt the ice, and that'll dissolve the salt.
Science!
Science!
We'll take it easy. Sorry, he's heading to bed.
Cheers.
We will probably stream again this RPG next Sunday or the Sunday after. And we also will do our normal editing whenever there's time. We have a kind of an intense day job.
So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try and just send floor dice.
All right.
To melt the salt.
So go ahead and roll lore again.
I need to get a better lore. I didn't know I needed this one. Okay, +3.
Okay. So you kind of ice up the floor. You see that the rest of so he's kind of collecting it really fast. And then once he sees the ice going, he holds it up really quick so it doesn't get wet. His stuff. And then the rest melts. You kind of feel this wave of heat, but it's
Does the water also neutralize the magic?
Yep. So you feel this wave of heat, but it kind of immediately goes back to normal and it's dissipated. So Wade is wiping sweat off his forehead, he's been in this boiling hot room, and then
I go back into the wood floor and I just look at him. What the fuck, Wade?
And he goes hey man, listen,
It wasn't enough. We got your homies out of here. We risked life and limb while your pansy ass waited outside, and then you rush into the burning building as soon as we come out. What the actual fuck?
Hey, you guys burst in. I was going to tell you to be more careful. I was going to explain this whole thing, but, I'm no match for Red Court. These guys are serious business,
What's with the salt, Wade?
This ain't just salt. This is saltpeter. A little bit different. And these vampires, they have this stuff they get. That's so bad, These vampires, they have this stuff they get from the Northwest. This is special stuff. If we can find more of it, I can help craft some stuff for you guys at the end of this whole thing.
Oh, so I shouldn't have dissolved it.
So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and take that. And when we need you to make something out of it, we'll let you know.
Our allies.
Well, we have decided that we will help Broom Guy. Wade is being sketchball. I don't have to trust him, and so I'm going to tell him that he's going to give it to us, shift into bear form, and I want to intimidate him into giving it to us.
Okay, roll intimidation.
Well, we don't know how to do anything with it.
But all we know is that I don't want him walking.
Biscuit.
He says he'll be able to make stuff with it. I want him to be able to make stuff with it when we want him to make stuff with
And we
it.
have Biscuit who can help
And
us.
Biscuit can help us. Maybe that's something we ask Biscuit about.
Okay.
Okay,
Oof.
So that's -1 +1.
So Wade kind of glares at you and holds onto it and says, "Hey, listen, I'll take care of this. You just have to trust me, okay?" And he's kind of bristling back and getting in your face. And he says, "Look, I don't see freaking bears making magical compounds. This is what I do for a living."
Can I say, I can make magical compounds though. And
Roll
then
to see.
jumps in the throat. Okay.
Or you can also use there's one that's convincing. Maybe it is deceit.
I rolled a +3 deceit.
Okay, that's good enough. So he's well, listen, you helped me with the fire, I guess, but you have to be careful. If you mix this with sulfur, it's going to be a big problem. So
Okay.
I know they've been stockpiling some other stuff, these vampires. So if you don't want to burst into flames, you keep this thing safe until you bring it to me and I make something for you.
Got it. Thank you so much, Wade. We really appreciate your help. Have a great
I go
day.
back into human form and I say, yeah, she really appreciates it.
Okay.
Cool.
Let's get the heck out of there.
And
Alright.
so we'll stroll back out.
Cool.
Alright. Well, should we keep going? Go to the east side? What do you think?
That went a really long joke.
Uh,
I'll look at it in a second. It was a man's birthday and his wife went to the tattoo shop. Her butt cheeks inscribed the letter B to make BB when the wife came home. Oh my god. It's pretty hilarious. It's a really dirty joke, but it's pretty funny. I'll have to space it up so it's not bad. Well, there we go.
Okay,
You can't see
so
the beginning. Anyways.
So we walk downstairs. Is Wade still around, or has Wade kind of gone his step away from us?
So no, Wade is on retainer from Broom Guy. So Broom Guy, has asked Wade to help you guys out. So you guys, as you all walk downstairs, he's coming with you, and he's like, listen, I gotta take these guys back to the complex, but we still need your help. Do you want to come with me to the complex? Talk to Broom Guy, kind of get reoriented. Stuff's changed since you've been in there. Things are getting a lot worse right now. So if you want to come in, I'll take care of you. If not, let me know where you're gonna go, and I'll meet you up.
Let's go and bring Friedrich.
Oh yeah, we can
Yeah,
there.
we have
Meet you there.
we have a guest with us that the Broom Guy may be interested
Who may have
in.
done Broom Guy wrong.
So
Broom Guy might be interested in meeting him.
Broom Guy's pretty powerful. Actually
Alright.
built out his sheet.
Oh.
nice. So I guess I'll go back into there and have Rodney hoist him Friedrich back on my shoulders.
Cool.
So yeah, so we tell Wade we'll come back with them with the Friedrich.
So then he's like, okay, let me get my car. So it's like this kind of old like truck with like the grating on the back and like a tarp over the top. Like kind of like, it has like, worn paint, the whole 9 yards. So he pulls up the truck. He puts kind of the 3 practitioners you guys saved in the back. They're still pretty rattled. So they're in like kind of the truck bed, just kind of sitting against the back, like a little bit starry-eyed and dazed. And then what do you guys do?
I take a nap because I'm tired.
So in the back of the truck, and also clear out all your minor consequences and all your stress, and then anything moderate or above stays for now.
I'm still exhausted. Even if I take a nap,
Oh yeah, well that one we can since it's an exhausted consequence, napping probably can actually counter that if it's specific.
can I at least turn it into just a mild?
Yeah, you can downgrade it to mild as
I'll
tired.
downgrade it to mild,
Anything else that you guys can downgrade like that, or are you guys all pretty?
But I have a moderate busted knee. So I'll keep
Oh,
it.
that's pretty.
I want to have a little chit chat with Wade on our way over.
Okay, so you get in the cab because he's driving.
So if he's driving, everyone else sits in the back.
So yeah, so the 3 are in the back. So you guys can either all get in the cab, all get in the back, and talk to the practitioners, or you can kind of split it up.
We should probably have someone in the back practitioners. I know.
I can be with the practitioners.
Okay, so I'll hop in the cab and talk to Wade. And,
Yeah, I'll go with him.
Okay.
yeah,
And then they also threw Friedrich in the back.
With me?
Yeah.
Okay.
JK, I'll go with them.
Okay.
I feel like it's not a good idea for him to be with me in my cab though.
Okay, so do you want to jump in the cab?
Yeah, I feel like somebody needs to be.
Fine,
there.
I'll go with the
Okay,
practitioners.
I would be
Okay.
there. He's gonna like. flip
So
me.
Rodney goes in the back with the practitioners. You guys hop in the cab with Wade.
So I'm just trying to just chat with Wade.
Okay.
Test the waters with Wade, if you will. So Wade.
Okay.
Now, I'm not sure how long you and Broom Guy have been in business. Seems like he seems to trust you. I, however, have known Broom Guy for years. Like me and this guy go way back. I've never really heard him. Never really heard
Never lied. She used deceit.
Maybe because my deceit is really high. And I have leverage on everyone. So.
Oh, you have leverage on everyone? Are you gonna use that to buff your deceit? Give me one of those points.
It's a +2. It's a +2.
Well, you can roll deceit first and decide if you need
Ah,
these.
Yeah.
So.
We're just trying to get information out of Wade, right?
Yeah, so I want to know what Wade knows and why Broom Guy trusts him, basically.
Okay. Ooh.
So,
-4. So it's a critical failure for Wade's defense against your tricks. Trickery.
I'm +3.
Okay.
So tell me, Wade. I mean, me and Broom Guy have known each other for a long time. I've done a few things from the past. I've investigated a couple of people for him, found out some things that the average person might not be able to find out. He's never really mentioned you, and then all of a sudden you just show up on our doorstep one day telling us that you're gonna help. How did you get involved in this picture?
So Wade is really choked up after seeing the practitioner save, and he kind of like is like still kind of sniffing a little bit, and he puts his arm around Zeke, and he's like,
And I
man.
immediately grab it and move it off of me.
And he kind of like nods, and he's like, okay, I got it. And he's like, man, like, oh god, I was on the streets for a while. who's the easiest prey for the red court? It's the homeless. So it was pretty tough as far as just me making my own way, trying to just make ends meet without getting eaten myself. So I met up with Broom Guy. That's his only alias. He's not known by anything else except Broom Guy.
Well, to you, he's not known as anyone else. But,
you have contacts on contacts.
But I mean, for people that have known as long as I have, I mean, you might get there eventually.
No, I mean, he's a great guy. I mean, he's saved all of us. I mean, I don't know how you know him, but everything I know about him is that he's helped he's helped keep off the Reds, and that's the biggest thing in the streets. Like, I'm sure your cat lady knows just as much as anybody how bad it is out there. But yeah, once initially you could kind of live by yourself and be okay, but then once the techies started moving in, they had so many more resources. There were normal vanilla cops coming after us.
And it's interesting you say that. I know the techies have made their way up here recently. And, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm a nice guy. Me and Broom Guy,
You guys are the best. You saved my friends.
We're good guys. But he's been reluctant to tell me what the extent of the network of his allies are. I mean, if we're kind of any dream of going up against the Red Court, I would imagine it's going to take more than us weary band of adventurers and a couple of homeless people. I mean, you have to tell me he's got at least another ace up his sleeve.
Yeah, I mean, if you know Broom Guy, I mean, he's one of the best summoners in the game. So I mean, it's tough. It's hard. Like a lot of his help comes from the Nevernever. So if the Nevernever, never ever.
No.
A lot of his help comes from there. So I can't really tell you, what kind of resources he has. I mean, he has all of us. We have, a few practitioners that are, strong enough to be White Council. We have a few practitioners that aren't.
At this point, can I ask something?
Yeah.
What about Warden Ramirez? Does he know what's going on here? He's the one that patrols here, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's based out of LA. I mean, he doesn't come up here that often. But when he does, it's usually, the techs are so well protected, he doesn't, he can't get in and break down, $100 million doors. What?
Can't he tell the White Council?
Yeah, but they know they're in war with the Red Court. What are they going to do?
That's like I was saying. So wait, you and I we're friends, all right?
Yeah, man, absolutely.
Great. Well, just remember that. Should we ever come around and need information? I mean, as you know, Broom Guy can be a hard man to reach every once in a while. He's a very busy man. So what I need is I need you to be my eyes and ears for when we're not around, and just alert us of anything that's going. Because obviously, we're going to need the help. Is what we're it's what we're here for. It's what we really want to do. So just keep us appraised of the situation.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Like, I think anything comes up, I'll let you know immediately. I got your cell phone, right?
Mm-hmm. I take out my phone and immediately make a little note to myself to say, basically, look into Wade for next time I'm at my computer.
Okay. Cool. So then, he's, kind of still just going over his life story, just going on and on about how much he loves you guys, as you guys pull up to this old warehouse kind of in the kind of the shipping area of San Francisco. He steps out of the car, starts telling the people from the back.
Can I have a meeting?
Yeah, oh yeah, you can have a meeting.
I wanted to ask, you want to ask the practitioners, what were they doing to you guys in there?
Let's roll investigation or intimidation, whatever you.
Investigation. It's not as good. I feel like I'm not trying to intimidate them. +5.
Okay, so you definitely got me on that one. So the practitioners, they're still kind of sniffles and kind of a little bit glazed, and they just kind of they have very they're like having trouble tracking the cars passing, like they're kind of still a little bit in shell shock, and they kind of just mumble, "Oh well, we were supposed to crack the ward."
We're supposed to what?
Crack the ward.
Your own ward?
Yeah,
Ward
well,
with a D or just
Ward with a D.
Okay.
So yeah, Broom Guy and his team put up one of the strongest wards against the Reds they've seen, but we knew some of the workings, so they took us.
Ask him about the ward. What that is.
Yeah, what's the
Well, you
word?
can't say anything.
No.
Okay,
Okay,
let's
fine. I
just
probably wouldn't have asked that. I don't know. So what would they have done if they had broken the ward down?
Well, they've been trying to get Broom Guy for years. He's the only thing stopping them now.
Do you know what the Red Court wants?
The truth. The right thing.
What's that?
They want peace. Simple cattle and simple farmers.
Creepy.
So are you with them?
How can you be against them?
I would get out of there.
That's a good question. So I'm just gonna put my hands on my guns and stop talking.
And they just kind of go back for like days.
Uh-huh.
And they're just like lifting back up.
That's not
What
good.
happened?
So I think the focus practitioners got trained.
Uh-oh.
They started talking about the Red Court, like, really glowingly, and Adam was like, what, are you with them? And they were like, how could you be against them? And they're all glazed, so that's the catch-up.
Shit.
Okay, so when we get there, you need to warn them.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you guys, the car kind of pulls up to the big warehouse. You guys kind of start shuffling out of the car. The practitioners still take a lot of help kind of getting them moving. They're still very sluggish and kind of all over the place.
So I go straight up to Wade and like fucking with their heads, man. You need to keep them secure for a little while.
And Wade's like, no, man, these are my friends. And like, he's still kind of emotional from his conversation with Zeke and Elena. And he's like, no, these guys, like, I've known them for years. Like, just don't even talk like that.
I'm sure they want to be your friends, but they're saying some real cozy things about the Red Court right now. Look, man, they just went through some hard shit. Just make sure to keep them safe and away from other people for a little while.
Let's try rapport.
Yeah, why did I have to phrase it that way? -1.
Ooh, -2.
Oh!
Lucky devil. He's like, okay, well, I guess I can trust you, man. I mean, still, they've already been through enough today. I mean, chaining him up again just seems cruel.
Just go ask them about the Red Court. I think you'll understand.
So he turns and like you kind of see him talking to them in a little bit, and he kind of like kicks back, and then he's like, okay, you guys go inside, and I'll wait with them here.
Oh, that's a terrible idea.
Can
I'm
I?
okay with it.
You guys can
Can I do
disagree.
some sort of check against Wade? Can I? So I'll just go up to Wade.
Okay.
Well, wait. Now we've heard the others' thoughts on the Red Court. What are your thoughts on the Red Court? I mean, we know where Broom Guy stands on this, but where are you going with this?
These guys are animals, man. They just need to be put down.
Can I like insight check in?
That would be
What's the insight in this game?
it's probably alertness or it would be investigation.
I want to see if he's telling me the truth.
I think there's probably a better one for that, but we'll roll this anyways.
Well, actually, let me see. Because
I'll actually do this. Ink.
so that's +1 +4.
Okay. So you feel that he is being authentic, but there is definitely something he's not telling you.
I see. Anyway, okay, so I feel like it's probably for the best you know, while we're still here, let's all stay together. Let's all go meet with Broom Guy, and then we'll let him know the situation. Let him know why we want to keep them separate for a little while, at least until we're sure that they're back on our side. But I feel like it's important that we all go share in this victory together with Broom Guy.
So you guys want to all go into the... Yeah, all go in together.
And I want Wade and these three scumbags.
Yeah, because they could like turn him and then.
So you want them all to come in?
Yeah.
I mean, we could all take him.
Okay.
Because there's gonna be more wizards inside, right?
But then I thought you guys just asked me to. I thought, Rodney wanted me to keep him out here. What's going on?
No. I said, better put him someplace secure. Out here in the open is probably not.
Get him inside, get him locked down.
Okay.
Just until we're sure what's going on.
Makes sense. So he kind of nods. You guys all as a group, kind of flanking the practitioners, and Friedrich. You guys are walking towards this big building. As you get closer, you kind of feel this just like weight pressing, kind of like pressing against you, like this very, very strong, like kind of force. And then you see Wade kind of like raise his hand and do some sort of signal. That weight dissipates, and then you guys like walk forward.
So words are down. That's good.
And then once you're inside, that weight reappears at your back, and then you open this like big like sliding hangar door into this mess. Yeah. So you don't feel a threshold here because it is a shipping building.
Oh, it's not their home. I see.
So it's not a home. So you don't feel you feel kind of the sense of like familiar community because once you kind of open up that door, you see like an army of blankets laid out, like tons of people, like pretty much a little village of like homeless inside this old like warehouse. And as you're going in, you see kind of these sentinels up on each of the corners. And it does indeed smell terrible. Just pee, smells like poo.
Great.
Very much SF at its best.
Good thing I don't have heightened
olfactory
senses.
Yeah. Zeke is suffering right now a little bit.
Yeah, I'm struggling in here. Which
But-
is partly why I don't trust them.
another reason. So you see kind of room guy, like he's like, working the crowd. Like he definitely seems to be the leader here. And he walks up to you, and he's like, "Oh, thank God you're back. What happened?" Or he's like, "Hey, thank God you're back. What happened?"
Meanwhile, you guys are doing this. I'm gonna go drift off and try and share one of the homeless people's bottles that I'm sure they of course have with them.
Is it better when he's drunk?
I'm gonna wander around, try and find out. I'll be back in a few minutes.
And I'll be like, well, Mr. Groom Guy, we got your focus practitioners out. But I wouldn't be too hasty. I think they may have possibly been infected by the Red Court. We found some Red Court vampires there, and the people, we got them out, but they're seeming a little bit off, like they might be infected or have had their minds tampered with, so we're thinking we're probably going to get these guys somewhere locked up.
And I look over and say, she says might. What she means to say is, they told us they're in love with the Red Court.
Yeah.
So, everybody roll alertness.
Uh-oh. +6.
+2.
+6. I am slightly away from the scene.
So, +1 +4.
Okay. So, Adam is a little too far because he's out getting sauced, and you get a fate point for that.
Thank you.
Oh, do we get a rehash of fate points?
A refresh? Sure, and I'll, let's do a refresh, but Adam, you'll get that still after the refresh.
Yeah.
So,
how does it work when you refresh?
you just do yours, and if you have extra, then you just go to max.
So I get one more.
Wait, so I'm confused.
Refresh rate.
My base was 7, my adjusted is 1.
Oh, sorry, yeah, you're
Oh yeah, so then you're good.
So I'm good, exactly.
You have 2, so you're already over. Okay, cool. Good recollection. Okay, so Adam's a little far away because he's drinking, so he doesn't see anything. But Zeke looks over and he sees like the little practitioners like hold hands and like go like this.
And how close am I to them?
You're still flanking them.
So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to grapple them. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go just walk up and try to join their love circle and break two of their hands apart and just stand inside the circle with them holding their hands so that they can't complete the circle of practitioners.
Okay. So,
And just say, hey guys, it's glad to see you guys are all getting along now that we're back here. I'm really glad that you could all safely get back here and, come back home. And I'm just...
And long live the red court, right?
Yeah. And long live that red court, I guess.
So then,
Did you just eat?
so hold on. Okay, go to the back. We can take a little break too while Chase holds hands.
That's okay.
Should we take a break, or do you guys want to see what happens? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see what would be the best. That would be discipline.
Ooh. I do have discipline. Okay. I have a net 0.
Net 0. Okay, so you go in, you schmooze, you're really sweet, you hold hands, and all of a sudden your back jerks straight as like this kind of like this vice of power just like immediately closes in like you just touch like a live wire. And then you see the other one reaching over to kind of close the circle, so they've just like kind of absorbed you, and you feel like you're just kind of like a power line in this little like in this little circuit. And you see like the other two at the far end going to hold each other's hand and kind of close the circle, but you're just being kind of electrified by this like really this dark energy. It feels like this just kind of like greasy presence just like creeping up the back of your neck.
Wait, what happened?
Apparently all I did was become a conduit for whatever power they were channeling, and now I'm just in the middle of this loop.
Uh-oh.
So in that case,
so you have a 4-shift block on you to do anything.
Okay, what's that mean?
That means you have to beat 4 +4 of either, it would probably be might or conviction to get out.
Okay. Then I'm angry, and so when I get angry, I go a little feral, and I'm gonna go bear, and just like try to like rake it down, like snarl at them, and try to break the circle up. Then.
So for this one, you're still gonna want to roll conviction to turn into a bear while you're being held.
I actually don't think I can do that.
Oh really?
Like
Do you
I
have
don't have conviction.
It just goes as fair.
But I can't beat a 4, right?
You can beat like a.
Well, you have +3, so there's no point in me rolling everything.
Okay, yeah.
So.
You can try might. We'll say. Give might a shot.
But am I a human still?
No, you're still a human.
You're still a human. So you
Yeah,
use human might.
Yeah,
Then
this isn't gonna happen.
I'm stuck.
You're still aft. Okay.
Because even though I got +2, my might as a human is 0. So
0. Okay, so like you're like growling and roaring, but like this energy is like so much, and you're just kind of like in lockjaw, where you're just kind of like locked into this like current.
Okay.
Well, shit. Somebody come help me.
I'm gonna turn to Broom Guy and be like, do you mind if I send an ice dart over there and try and just stop whatever's happening?
You guys, you need to roll alertness because you guys still haven't noticed what's happening.
But really, we don't notice that he's like locked in a circle.
He's behind. He was behind.
Yeah.
That's insane. +5.
Okay. So then you kind of are like looking around, and your cat's like, and you kind of like look over to see what Jasper's yowling about, and you see Zeke like locked up between these practitioners, and you see the other two trying to like close the circle. So they're kind of this line that's wrapping around into a circle.
And that's when I turn to Broom Guy and I go, yo, mind if I send an ice dart that way?
You see him like look over, and he immediately recognizes what's going on, and he holds out a hand, and there's like this just like clap of thunder, and like the 3 practitioners are gone, and it's only Zeke standing there.
What? Stop it. Like, at this point, I'm scared. Dang. He's OP.
And I just look up, because I hear the clap of thunder for once, and I'm like, oh man, let me just give myself a little more.
Just drink some more.
And I'll walk over and to Broomman and be like, I appreciate the assistance. I mean, not that I didn't have it all under control. But,
That's fine.
You know, I do. You probably did it at least a little bit faster than I could have. So I am thankful for that. But I do have to ask: are they gone, or did they just disappear? I mean, just so I know what happened. Not that you would ever do that to any of us. I'm just.
He just looks at you and he says, "Why should I tell you my secrets?"
And I'll say, well, I have many, many secrets of my own that are probably going to be of great interest to you in the future. So I feel like it's something that we could be allies in rather than antagonistic in this manner. I have a particular set of skills.
What are we gonna roll to convince? What are we gonna roll to convince us? All right.
You're such a slimy bear.
No, my human form is slimy. My bear.
Oh, okay.
That's not bad. +5.
You lucky devil, you. Right, that was +4. You're not gonna get that much info. Trade a cheeseburger for his secret, says Moocher. He is homeless. Okay, so he nods and he says, okay, it's very simple. I am very good with the Nevernever.
He's not into the Nevernever. Okay. Can I ask him?
Yeah.
Still like, we got your focus practitioners back. Can I ask what they were trying to do?
They've been trying to take down my ward, just like they were outside.
That's what the focus practitioners that we brought back just now were trying to do?
I didn't think they would be corrupted so quickly, but the Red Court is more active than I ever imagined.
Were they turned to Red Court? Why were they so into the Red Court?
They must have someone who does magic. That was not vampire, that was something else.
So they weren't Red Court infected?
I did not see infection.
Let's see. And we spoke with Wade on our way over.
I'm stumbling back over.
And
Derp.
I understand that you sort of let us know the situation before we left, and he alerted us that something may have changed while we were rescuing the practitioners. I do hope the situation hasn't gotten any more dire than it already was.
You're so slimy. I think it might require a little extra compensation.
Our services don't come cheap these days. We're in high demand, as they say.
So while you were out, we sent someone else to take a look at the building that's had the spirit activity, and another person missing.
What
He
about
was
that
one of our
race
strongest, the only other ectomancer we have who is strong with spiritual matters. The only other person who can handle spirits, and he's not even as good as him, is Wade.
What about that resupply place in the East Bay?
I don't know, but it's rush hour, so we haven't even tried.
Bart's probably running late.
Bart's on strike.
You can't win them all, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like the East Bay's not happening.
Well, you can try to drive over there.
Traffic plus the troll. No thanks.
This sounds like I don't have time in my life.
The last time I went to the East Bay, the troll and I got in a heated argument.
Yeah, he could be quite the diva from what I understand.
You know, I really prefer the Golden Gate Troll. What's his name?
I haven't met him yet.
You know, I think it's
You mean
Edgar.
Walter? Yeah, Edgar.
Edgar.
Walter?
It sounds familiar. One of those old-timey names.
No, Walter's the Golden Gate Troll. Walter's the Bay Bridge Troll.
Edgar's the Golden Gate.
I see.
But
Well,
you know, he is pretty easy to bribe if we can get him on our side.
Just get
I
traffic.
think he knows, yeah, and I think he has a lot of insight in the Nevernever. Because that's where he lives. He only comes out.
and
People cross
you just
over.
happen to have whatever a troll desires hiding in your back pocket, do you?
What does a troll desire?
You know, I
I'm just
hear
gonna
Biscuit might know what trolls desire.
What's that?
Biscuit probably knows.
Biscuit.
I mean, but there's no way I want to go through that
I
again.
do want to ask Room Guy, wait, so what's the next move?
If my guess is right, these vampires are smart. There's probably more than one site for their ritual. And
Well, fortunately, we brought a friend.
okay, you drag over poor Petunia. Most fearsome troll, Petunia.
No,
Friedrich.
No, somebody commented that. Or Moochie did, yeah.
Those big trolls, though.
Petunia's a troll between Vallejo and the garbage way up there. Petunia. I'll write that
The
in.
redhead stepchild of the other.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's really
yeah.
derpy.
Yeah.
Vallejo
wants to be
trolls,
so-
Petunia.
She wants to be so much like the other Bridges, she tries to look like that.
Yeah.
yeah,
It tries.
And she has 2 personalities. There's 2 different bridges. depending on which
Yeah,
one
she
you
really-
choose.
She really likes people coming in, but not going
Going
out.
out. You gotta stay in the city or else you pay.
Or like she'll let you pass over, like out of Vallejo, but you have to like do
Come
it
back
when
in.
you're coming in. Like,
Yeah.
you need to pay the toll.
That's all.
So catch me up. What were you positing again?
We're gonna hit it
Dragging
Friedrich.
Friedrich over.
Oh yeah. Okay. So then you push Friedrich forward. He's still like really shaken up, and he kind of like limps and squeaks when he sees Jasper. Jasper is mean back. Cat's so mean.
Yeah. He does not like Friedrich.
He does not like
Friedrich like held a knife up to his neck.
So, like, you see kind of Jasper going in, like, towards him a little bit. Like, it's that predator sense of your cat. He literally controls her mood. Indeed it does.
What's that?
Oh, he says, she lives under a bridge that lifts for ships. It controls her mood.
Yeah.
Oh, Petunia.
Oh, Petite.
Petunia the third. That's awesome. So, yeah, but he sees your cat coming closer. He kind of, like, jumps back. And your cat's, like, still going. But the cat lady would go to bat for her cats over all else. Don't you think?
Versus what?
Like, cause like the broom guy is like, hey, like, get this thing back, and the cat's still going after
Well,
after
I
him.
think I'd probably grab him. I don't think that's a good time. I don't want this guy to like freak out on everybody.
Give me a point. Okay.
Jasper, no. Like grab him.
So the cat kind of inches forward. You see like broom guy like leaning in with like interest, and kind of like his broom starts like coiling with power. And then Friedrich squeaks again and like kind of goes back, but then you scoop up the cat in time, and broom guy kind of like is like, all right, and you see the power kind of coil back down. But then he leans over and lays his hand on Friedrich's shoulder. And then you see like he speaks with like a voice of like pure command, and he says, "Tell me everything." And then you don't hear Friedrich say anything. His mouth just like kind of like lolls back, and then you see like the bridge there. Sorry, the broom guy just kind of closes his eyes if he's like listening.
So what do you think?
Yeah, let's wait.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
so you guys
pet Jasper.
you guys hang out for a few minutes. The cat kind of meows, and then all of a sudden,
Rodney.
cheers.
Yeah.
Do a vitrioli break. So then all of a sudden, like you see the broom guy's hand twitch, and then the Frieder just collapses, and he's like completely done. Like you can't tell if he's dead or not, but like he's definitely like unconscious. And the broom guy says, "We need your help in East Bay."
Tell me more.
He says, "I can't right now."
You aren't going to tell us what we're walking into?
What did he tell you?
I didn't realize how much risk we were under, he says. And he says, "Listen, you have to trust me. We'll try to take care of this spirit situation, but I need your guys' help in East Bay."
Are we getting paid for this?
You can probably manage.
And then he says, "Are we getting paid?" He says, "Okay, listen. I hear Wade found some of this saltpeter. This is what these vampires do. He's good crafter. I am best."
Is he Russian?
He's a mix of Mexican Russian.
Yeah.
He shifts between accents when he's more in the Nevernever or depending on where his mind is drifting. He says, "Okay, I'll take care of you." And then, yeah, he's like, we'll be able to reward you better than you can imagine.
With what?
He says,
We have to risk our lives again. We haven't even had a chance to take a nap. Hardly.
"You're so sleepy."
I'm really tired.
Yeah. He's like, "It's happening tonight. I thought it would be a few more days,
What's happening tonight?
but they're gonna break the ward and they're gonna invade and kill everyone in here." And you kind of, and he says, he's like, "I don't want to say it too loud." And you kind of see the little families like looking up and like looking terrified.
So what's in the East Bay?
It was one of our outposts in West Oakland.
Now, you say...
So they have, and then he's like, depends on whether he drinks tequila or vodka. That's true. The Russian or the Russian or the Mexican. I like it.
Depends on whether you drink.
Yeah, it depends on whether I'm drinking. He turns Irish if I drink whiskey. But yeah, so then he's like, "I can't tell you in here." So then he starts. You see kind of this little like manager's office in the corner, and it looks like it's kind of his. Like there's like some other like brooms like up against the wall, like as if he kind of like selects them. And then he kind of like walks in. He's like, "Come with me."
Okay.
Let's go.
All right. So you guys go in. He's like, "Listen, it's this outpost in the East Bay. It wasn't just a place for us to hang out and do like to play checkers, right?" He's like, "Listen, it's one of our biggest weapons outposts we have. We have some of our most powerful magical components there. We have stuff that can knock down this ward if they figure out how to use it. Normally I thought it was okay, but I just learned from your boy Friedrich that they have someone who can take over people's minds."
So, what's the plan? I mean, we go over and bring all those components back here, or is this you want us to post up and defend? I mean, we don't even know what we're getting ourselves into here.
We need as many components as we can get, but the outpost, I think, is lost. We've lost communication from them. We don't know anything that's happening there. All we know is that our biggest outpost for weapons just dropped off the map, and our last call we got was a plea for more reinforcements. But what do I have? Nothing. So that's what I know.
Well, obviously, getting over there right now is going to be a nightmare. You, as practiced in the arts as you seem to be, and what was the word? Quite good with the Nevernever, might you have some faster way of travel for us over there?
He nods and he says, "Listen, the trolls rule here and in the Nevernever. If you go over the Nevernever way, they're much more powerful than if you're going over the physical bridge. But there is a way."
Rush hour, this time of day.
You're right.
You're right.
Edgar's pretty cool.
Huh?
Walter and Edgar are pretty cool.
Walter and Edgar are pretty cool. So then he says, listen, I can open up a way. We'll have to leave the building and walk a little ways down the street, and it'll take you to, to a bridge in the Nevernever. It'll look very similar, and you have to get to the other side and open up a way there by the big rock.
Can
And
I
you'll.
do that?
Prove that can do it for us. Come on, he's trying to get
Can he
us
open
over
up
there.
2 ways? So he's gonna give you a talisman. So he has like a little
Can I keep it?
yeah.
Yes.
So then he's gonna say, listen, this is something special I made, but these are the types of weapons they have. Don't lose it, or else somebody will be able to come back right through the way that you used and come for us inside of our wards.
And I'm gonna ask him before we go, because I'm still rocking this cloak that I jacked off of this Friedrich guy, and so I'm just gonna ask him. But before we go, do you happen to have another cloak similar to this, but one that would allow me to give this particular cloak to our dear friend Elena over here?
He kind of thinks, and he goes, yes, I have one. Then he just reaches in, grabs like an old plain cloak and just hands it to you.
So I'll
So
take
does that give me +1 more?
take the lore cloak and hand it over to you, and then I'll put on another one. I think it kind of suits me.
Okay, and then you also have a talisman to open a way.
Okay, so what is that? What do I?
So it just gives you the skill to open a way in and out of the Nevernever.
Do I have to put that in anything?
Under your item slots, under necklace.
Do I
Or
have,
you,
where's my items?
you just write it in like
Okay.
neck.
Talisman.
He's like, you can't let anybody see you have this. If they do, they can come right in through my wards, and they'll be here no problem. And he reaches out with his hand and he goes like this against the wall, and then this kind of like green light just starts like splitting open wider, and then you see kind of this this grassy field. There's a little brook that's running down, very idyllic, kind of farm country-ish. Nevernever, and it's just like a door in the wall, and that's a pretty impressive power thing to do just without like any sound. It just like opens like a normal door.
Mm-hmm.
And he says you follow that brook until you see a bridge, but you have to be careful for Walter. He's always on duty in the Nevernever.
And I've heard from, I'll just say sources, that they have particular tastes in, I don't want to call them bribes, but let's call them bribes. You've dealt with Walter in the past. What would you say Walter's interested in?
The price is what it's always been. Blood.
Oh, great. Yeah. Well, I have 2 companions who have plenty of that, so that should
Perfect.
be a
Yeah.
problem. Thank you. We will.
Not riddles? You sure it's not riddles?
It might be,
I'm pretty sure.
it might be.
Butterflies.
It might be riddles if we go the physical route, but never, it's just blood.
Let's bring Friedrich with us.
Yeah. Good idea. Do you mind if we just carry? Obviously Friedrich has been
He's been through a lot.
incapacitated of sorts, but he may be, let's just say, useful to us on the way. Do you mind if we take him with us?
Roll deceit.
What's your deceit?
Very.
Mine's pretty high though. I get a good roll.
Plus 5.
Ooh, +6.
Oh, you saucy son of a bitch.
You can use a fate point. Change your fate.
I actually have lie like it's my job as one of my aspects. So.
+2, right? Nice.
Oops.
That's +7.
So I'm at +7, he's +6.
Okay, so he's like, why do you need him? What are you gonna do?
He's useful to us. Let's just leave it at
Help
that.
us with this riddle.
And he's like, all right. Don't have to be fast, just be faster than your friend. Hey, Gandalf the Green. And then also, so pretty much what we're doing, Gandalf the Green, is we're doing Dresden Files RPG, which uses the fate mechanic, which is pretty fun. So that gives you any context. Right now, our adventurers are trying to save the homeless wizards of San Francisco from evil vampires. Yeah.
Can I ask him what part of the Nevernever this is?
This is summer.
Shit.
Dang it.
It's actually part of my backstory, though.
Yeah, I love summer. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I have contacts in winter. That's what I was gonna try and contact.
I pissed off the Summer Queen. It's part of my backstory, actually.
Ooh, spicy.
I know the details about all of them, so.
I have my Lyft driver who is actually a changeling for winter, and she's a fan. She's a homie, so she could like.
So your Lyft driver is a summer person?
Winter.
Am I seeing? He says, "Am I seeing Glenn from The Walking Dead?"
That was his Halloween costume.
Yes.
That's what he was for Halloween.
Oh wow, yeah.
Couldn't get it.
Oh wow, so good. That's awesome.
No,
you are.
No, my Lyft
The answer
driver,
is yes.
No, my Lyft driver is winter.
Your Lyft driver is winter? Okay, so you only have contacts in winter.
Yeah. That sucks. Okay, but at least they don't dislike me in summer. They don't know me.
They just dislike Rodney.
They dislike Rodney.
This makes me so happy.
Show him your machete. There you go. There's your boy Glenn. That's awesome. All right. Well played. Well played, Gandalf the Green. Oh, man, that's awesome.
That's pretty good.
Okay, so.
Oh, that's too good.
Okay, so we have.
Okay, so then you have the way open.
Fast.
You have Friedrich at your
Do you
disposal.
do you know where to open the way?
He just opened it for you, and he
And it
says the big
Said
rock.
By the rock.
By the rock. That's very helpful. Thank you.
Oddly specific.
He's like, you'll know it when you see it.
It's
Okay.
gonna be the giant rock that
I'm
looks
just
like
hopping through the hole.
the Campanile or something.
Okay.
I'm going Bear, grabbing Friedrich, and hopping through the hole.
Bear don't care.
Bear
No,
don't care. I'm just strolling along, assuming you guys will come behind me. I was done
Rodney,
talking
how drunk
to.
are you?
I'm gonna take one more shot so I stay drunk through the next scene,
Cool.
which will make me more persuasive, but less good with guns.
Cool. All right.
Flips my fists and guns ability skills.
Okay.
Cool.
Nice.
So then your sauce.
Could backfire badly. We'll see.
So you're going expecting persuasion, which is good. So you're getting drunk, getting ready to go into the Nevernever. Are you doing anything to prepare to go in? You have the talisman. You're ready to
I have
go.
the talisman. I got my cat. I was gonna try and contact somebody in winter, but that clearly would not be helpful here. So.
And I'm Bear down, Dragon Friedrich.
Cool. So then you guys walk through the way into the Nevernever. This old warehouse with, a bunch of homeless people on the floor. The broom guy's office. You kind of walk from his office, which is inside his wards, right out into the green of the Nevernever. And you look behind you as you go into this like kind of green grassy field. There's this like kind of sleepy trees like going over this brook that's just kind of gurgling along. And you look behind you, and there's another kind of like weird kind of like looking rock with like kind of these like diagonal. It sort of like looks like a sun that's just been kind of like jammed into the ground, and kind of like only half of it is open where that door stands.
Okay, so I'm looking for like a moon of some kind, or a sun rock, or another one. Yeah.
Sure.
So at least we know what we're
Look for
looking
symbols on the rocks.
Okay, so we should have probably figured out what direction we need to walk, huh?
You said follow the brook, but that goes
Follow
in
the
two
brook?
directions.
Well, it's flowing downhill.
Yeah.
So should we go downhill?
You should follow the water down towards the bay.
Okay. Let's do you want to do an alertness check?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
You can if you want.
Do an alertness check.
Are you looking for anything in particular?
I'm gonna test for like magical, evil, dark presences.
I just want to see if there are any fairies around.
Yeah.
I wanna see if I can smell anything in particular that would trigger me to any danger.
Okay.
+3.
So +3.
Plus 4. But
Great.
3 if it's
2 for
normal,
3.
4 if it's smell.
Okay, so cool. That's fine if you're smelling. So you won't be able to detect as many mystical threats. But okay, so Chase smells. He smells. Zeke smells wildlife, bunny rabbits, deers, and then he perceives as a threat. You guys are looking for summer threats. You sense a few of the small fae, like the little mini fairies derping around, and then you feel a much bigger, stronger presence about 200 yards south. Huh?
How does he feel it?
because he has had bad times with summer, so he knows summer pretty well. Or you both feel the same thing, like like you both are kind of like sensing these general presences.
So a big summer presence.
Yeah, down below.
Down the direction that we're going.
Can I cast a veil over him?
Ooh, that's smart.
How's your deceit? You're gonna have to roll
Just because he's not.
summer threat back to school. True story.
He's not really well up with the summer, and if they don't know he's there.
Yeah.
We're just casually dragging an unconscious body through the Nevernever.
Yeah.
Your typical Tuesday.
+4.
Okay, so then that's your deceit.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have a +4 block on alertness right now. So just write that down. I'll remember. I'll put it in here.
Wait, is it on hers or mine?
On whoever she veiled, but she's gonna have to stay pretty close to you. Cool. Okay. So you guys, so Rodney kind of feels this like kind of cool sensation going from like head to foot, and you guys start walking towards the bridge. Oh, so ferocious.
What?
Oh, Adam's just using his machete on the camera.
Oh.
It's like a G. So you guys start walking towards the walking down river. It's like bright, chirping birds. Everything's very happy. You're dragging, a half-dead body behind you.
Normal day. Yeah.
Normal day in the Nevernever. So then you start seeing some light ahead, and it kind of seems like this like autumn sun type like kind of glow is not coming from the sky but from kind of the ground. And as you like look around, Glenn, my eye. You poked his eye out, Glenn. But that's awesome. But yeah, so as you guys like walk towards the river, you kind of see this like glowing light, and as you like look over the water, you see these kind of glowing bars that are kind of up and down, but they're very, very bright, like very, very definitely summer. So you kind of see that up in the distance.
Can we just ignore it? Just keep walking.
Sure.
Act as if we're supposed to be here and just go
Yeah,
on
I
through.
think the more we linger, the worse. I just gotta get through.
So you guys keep walking down, and you see as you kind of get closer to the light in order to pass it, you kind of see that there's another kind of set of lights on the opposite side, and there's kind of a path between them to the other side of the river.
Ooh.
Path between them to the other
So there's a
side.
bridge of
Yeah,
like these
it's-
kind of bars of light.
It's kind of like,
Oh,
yeah,
that's the bridge.
they're like guiding lights on the sides of the path.
To get across the bridge. So
Yeah.
that's what the troll is, basically.
We'll find out.
So, I think we should go that way.
Wait, so are they going like along the river? Kind of? The lights?
They're going over it.
But they form a bridge.
The light, there's just lights there. We don't know if there's actually a bridge there.
Mm-hmm.
You just stroll over it.
So these kind of like these successive bars of light that are just like over the bridge. You don't see anything else.
I said we just walk and hope that there's hope that we don't get wet.
Can I send a little like shard of ice out there to see if it lands on anything?
Can you say Katie over the bridge?
No!
So, so what do you do? Is send a shard of ice?
Just a little shard. Well, I don't know if that's a good idea in summer.
Just throw a rock. Just throw a rock.
Yeah, let's just throw a rock and see if it lands on anything.
Okay, hit athletics. That's just you're gonna be your. Actually,
throw
it's
a
gonna
rock,
be
I'm
your.
gonna be really mad. +3.
Okay, so you chuck your rock, and it circles, flies. You see those bars of light, and it goes right through them into the water. But then when it hits the water, it just kind of like it just like pops and like sizzles, and the rocks like just breaks in like a few pieces and like trickles away.
We need an alertness check.
What's up?
Can we do an alertness check?
You
Can I try and like sense if the bridge is safe?
Go ahead.
It is.
Go ahead and roll.
Doesn't seem like it is. That's all I'm saying.
Whicher says, I was going to say throw a rock. Some things are universal.
I like to, man.
Magic.
+2.
On alertness?
Yeah.
So you reach out and you feel the sense of some sort of switch. It's like you feel that there's like some sort of like dual state for this thing, but you can't really tell what.
Can I go into human form and then do an investigation check around the edge of the water to see if I can see if there's a way to activate the bridge?
Can we just swim?
Yep, you can do that.
Let's
Let's go ahead and roll investigation.
No, yeah, let's not. Let's not go in the water. The rock sizzles.
Ooh, that's not good. That's not bad. +4.
Okay, so then you walk up to the bridge, and you're kind of like, and you transform and you drop Friedrich because you're a skinny little tech guy. When you're not a bear. So then Friedrich collapses into the ground. You kind of walk over to these lines that look like a bridge, and then you see that there's some sort of presence like lurking, like kind of like to your right, like kind of in the like at the edge of the bridge, like where like almost a toll booth would be, and you kind of like are feeling through the air of the bridge, but there's nothing there. There's just kind of like these bars on the side, but there's nothing in between.
Yeah. So I'll just call out. Hey Walter, we really need to get to the other side. We were told that you would be expecting us.
We're here from Broom Guy's orders. We're here with Broom Guy.
Oh, God.
He told me that he made prior arrangements with you for our passage, and he said that we were guaranteed safe passage.
No, he didn't. He knows the rules just like anyone else. He's one of like our biggest customers. And you hear Walter sigh.
Oh, Walter, this doesn't need to be difficult, Walter.
He's like, no, it doesn't. You guys, I need one blood sample from each of you before I let you guys go over.
Question, Walter. Can I call you Walt? How much blood do you need exactly?
Well, it's a vial from you, and that sleeping guy over there.
What if we just give you 3 vials from the sleeping guy? How do you feel about that?
Okay. So she didn't see through Adam's thing yet, or through your thing yet. Facepalm Walter. Sorry, what were you saying?
Are you sure you need it from each of us? You don't, because this guy has a lot
Listen,
of blood.
the rules are the rules. I'm just trying to get paid here. I'm on commands from the Summer Queen. This is what I do.
My question is, if somebody didn't give you a vial of blood, would they be able to get over the bridge technically?
Look, I need 3 vials for 3 people.
It doesn't matter where it comes from?
Did I stutter?
Okay, let's get 3 vials of blood from Friedrich.
Yeah, so I'll go over to Friedrich. I'll be like, all right, well, I'll go get a vial from him, and then I'll pull a vial from me. Don't worry.
If we give 3, then we can leave Friedrich, and that should be enough for each of us. We'll just pretend.
Do we have vials to put blood in?
Yeah.
Sure.
Everybody in the
Full
magical
gift
world
and
does.
carry.
Everybody in the magical
Right.
world does.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah. He gives you guys
We
a
suck
vial.
We suck the blood out of Friedrich.
yeah, so I'll walk over, go all berry, slice piece of Friedrich open, vial up some blood, and
Kind of
then
wiggles.
I'll rub a little bit of it on. Or we're gonna try to think like it's us.
He
Or
just said we needed 3 vials of
I'll
blood.
fill up 3 vials of blood and then be like, all right, here we go, and then go give it to Walter.
Wait, he's not coming with you, the sleeping guy?
No, we just wanted to give you an extra one just because.
So I only need 2. I don't know how to classify 3 for 2 people.
Fine, we'll take. No, I can't take it.
You don't know what's gonna happen if I try to go over.
I know, that's why I was trying to do 3.
Go for the cat blood. It's an acquired taste.
No.
Maybe she needs one for the cat too.
I mean, if you'd rather us take him with us, we can do that as well.
But then we need
But-
short-term.
But we figured, you know,
We
why
wanna
if
sleep
a
on
vial
this
is
gift
if
for
a
you.
vial is good, a body full is better, right?
My question is, Walter,
Yes.
how do you feel about riddles?
Riddles are great. I'm not a big fan. Esther over on Golden Gate, that's what she does. But you know what?
You mean Edgar?
Listen, lady, I haven't talked with him in years. We have a little bit of a tiff.
Did he go like trains?
Excuse me?
Like, did he go?
We haven't spoken since his change.
Did he go Caitlyn Jenner?
I don't talk to that thing anymore.
Who knew would be horrified, Walter?
Well, I'm sorry, but I just don't agree with that lifestyle of his.
Okay, so my question is, if we give you a riddle.
I work in blood, honey. Or $5 if you're in the real world.
$5. Six during rush hour.
Yeah, well, guess what? It's rush hour.
What if we give you 4 vials? Just because we like you. How do you feel about that? You know what? We'll give you 5 vials of blood.
No, 3 vials. 3 vials sounds great. We'll go ahead and take him with us, and then so we'll grab him. I'll throw him on my shoulders. I'll carry him across. He's a little unconscious right now. And here's your 3 vials. Here's your 3 vials.
Thank you.
And follow us up to the bridge. Mm-hmm. And then as soon as we get up to the bridge and we're about to go across, I'll just accidentally slip Friedrich off of me when the 3 of us step onto the bridge.
Okay, roll athletics. That's going to be... You're going to have to do great or better for that.
Well, that's my best stat, so that's 0 plus 4. So that's
okay.
4.
So you got it. All right. So just barely, though. So I'm going to roll to see. All right. Okay, so you guys walk up to the bridge. Zeke has the unconscious Friedrich over his shoulder, Elena, and you're slinking along behind them, Rodney, waiting for your opportune moment. So she's counting the Walter is counting the vials and like putting them in this like very organized little like vial tray and like and then as you get on the bridge with as like the last vial hits that tray, this kind of like silver path materializes between these 2 bars of light. And then, you take your first step, it's solid. You take a step on, it's solid. And then you shuffle off the body on your shoulder. Roll stealth. Or do you want to hide this from Walter?
Sure, I'm gonna try.
What is that? 3 negs? 4 negatives?
-3 plus 2, so -1.
Okay. Well, I got a neutral. So as you slip off Frieda from your shoulder, he like lands with like a really loud like thump, and then he kind of like rolls into the river, and then you see like his limbs just getting like the water starts like roiling around him, and he just kind of like this like mess just like flows down the river, and then Rodney jumps on the bridge, but then with that you see Walter kind of sit up in his seat and he goes, "What the hell was that?" And then he looks directly at you, and he says, "You, the Queen's been looking for you for years."
Where he sees it?
Doesn't he have to roll to see me or something?
I think he already did.
Oh no! You beat my +4?
He's a very observant little troll.
You're a very observant little troll.
Well, did she at least say what she wanted?
Huh?
Did she at least say what she wanted?
She says she wants to talk. And you see Walter, and he's a little bit overweight. He's been at this for too long, and it's a seated job. And he's kind of like getting out of his little stand, and he's like walking out, but he's not moving that fast.
And I say we just run.
Yeah, I take off.
We can deal with him on the way back.
Walter, I got some stuff to take care of. Next time we pass through, we're gonna continue this conversation, but I'm going now. Okay, bye.
It's great talking to you, Walter. See you next time.
Okay, so Walter has low athletics, but we're still gonna roll for this one.
Okay. I have +4 athletics. So.
Walter.
So everybody has to roll because you're all running together.
Ooh, a +2.
That works.
Oh, we all have to roll?
Yeah, because you're all running.
+4. Or no, sorry, +3.
+1.
It'll do. Walter rolled a 0.
I rolled a straight up -3 +4.
Wow, you devils. I should have rolled that one harder, but I wanted to give you guys a little breather. Alright, so,
That would have been brutal.
yeah. So you see him like kind of tromping towards the bridge, and you guys are like running off the other side. But you see those 3 vials like glowing inside the in his little thing. But as you guys are like at the very other end of the bridge, you see Walter step on, and then the silver light starts like disappearing because there's 4 people now. And it's moving really fast towards you. Everybody do an athletics roll.
I thought we were at the end though.
You guys are like we're running over the bridge,
Okay.
See if we catch it.
and then you guys have to get fair or better.
+3.
All right, you made this massive leap.
+2.
Okay. You're pretty athletic.
Okay, +6.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you're
So you guys made this massive leap as the bridge kind of disintegrates underneath your feet. And you all roll into like a stumble on the grass, and then kind of scrabble back to your feet. And then looming up in front of you is this massive crescent-shaped rock.
there we go.
But then you see these kind of like black scrawlings, like this kind of like weird foreign writing. It doesn't look like it belongs to anything on the scene. Like just almost graffiti just all over this rock. And
Does it look different than the writing that was on the first rock?
Well, yeah, it doesn't look like it belongs.
the writing on the first rock looked like something that was similar to the wards in the homeless building. So it was as if Broom Guy had like put some wards up around his Nevernever entrance too.
But this looks different.
Yeah, this looks very, very different. Like just like weird, very jagged foreign language you guys can't understand.
We gotta shoulder it away from.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
let's get out of there.
just
So
open it up.
I run up to the rock. I pull the talisman out.
Roll alertness.
Alertness.
Yeah.
Oh. +3.
Roll athletics for your dodge.
Yeah,
Oh,
+7.
She got the 4 pluses. Wow. Clutch athletics.
Yeah.
Oh man.
What'd you get? +7?
+7.
Yeah.
I got a 4. +3.
But,
Is there a map? Okay, so the kind of the crescent moon, you see this like kind of like reddish black glow just kind of like spiral up it and around like in a very perfect cylinder from like floor to ceiling. And then that kind of that light coalesces into like this like rod, like this very, very thin rod of light that just pops back like straight at you. But you jerk your head out of the way and you just feel this like searing heat and this like enormously loud like crashing sound. So then your ear starts ringing and you get the minor.
+7.
Even though you got +7.
But at least you didn't take any damage.
You didn't take any
No,
damage.
no.
dodged it, yeah.
Yeah. So you have the temporary, like very minor consequence of like just like ringing ears.
+7.
Yeah. So your alertness will be down for a little bit.
Alertness down 1.
Yeah. Alertness is down 1. Just for like the next little bit. And then, did you write the story? Is there a map? There is not a map. We're actually using San Francisco, and we're mostly improvising this story, or at least I am. Just because I kind of have a very basic outline, But yeah, the Dresden Files RPG is a great structure, but they don't really give you many scenarios to run through, so they just kind of leave you up to your own devices, which is kind of fun. So, sweet. So then you guys, so you see kind of this red light and all these like strange characters kind of fade. It looks like the trap has been sprung.
Well, shit.
Can we just kind of rock over there again? Who wants to throw it out?
Well, is the thing open? Does the talisman work?
Well, I didn't even get a chance to
We-
use
we
it.
haven't
I
been able
walked
to
over
touch
there
it.
and this thing flew at me and almost killed me if I wasn't so athletic.
Gosh, and we don't see anything out that's like causing it. Like there's no like person here or anything that's casting anything. It's just like this is a trap that's on this thing.
At least that's what you can tell. You can
Is
roll
there a
perception.
Can we see
Oh,
like?
yeah, we roll
Oh yeah, can we roll alertness?
Well, mine's low, but down.
Well, yeah, you already failed your alertness check, so I can't. I probably won't just do it
Okay.
again, but you guys
Yeah,
can.
anyways.
No. What did you get?
-2.
Oh yeah, you failed.
+4 total.
Okay, so you, because of your affinity with summer, like kind of like look around and.
Is he still,
No,
veiled,
not
by the
the
way?
anymore.
No, he's
Soft,
yeah.
so
They
busted.
cracked the veil. Because of your affinity with summer, you kind of like look at this big moon structure, and you know for a fact that you can kind of tell this was some sort of defensive move, but it wasn't done by anybody in the summer court.
Okay.
If that's what you were asking, or if there's other stuff you want to discover as well.
well, we just want to know if it's safe now, if the trap's been sprung.
So you feel like you don't have as much energy perception, but you feel that it's like pretty, like you feel like it's back to normal.
All right.
There's no tension in the air.
That's just,
Okay.
it's up to you.
At this point, I think I should just take out the talisman
Yeah,
and try
go for
and
it.
get away where we are. Close enough, right?
Go for it.
Okay, we're gonna take out the talisman, and I hold it up, and I use my magic to open away in the Nevernever.
Okay, so then kind of a bar of light opens up in front of you. It spreads out, and you see you're kind of you see into a similar looking warehouse as the one where the broom guy was, but there's like 2 or 3 like figures laying prone. Later, Moocher, take care.
Picture.
So you see a few prone figures, and we're at the very end, Moocher, so if you hang out for another second or two, you'll hear the ending. So you see a few prone figures, and there's a loud like click click of a shotgun, and you see 2 shotguns pointing straight at your face from the other side of the door, and that's where we'll end for tonight.
What?
Always a good spot to end. Shotguns to the dome.
No.
Nice.
So hopefully that was fun.
Yeah.
Take it easy, everybody. We're going the way of the buffalo and getting some sleep for work tomorrow. Have fun. I hope that was fun. This stream was fun.
Bye.
Bye.